And I've just gotten word that we are ready to go. So without further ado, Satan herself, take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Satan herself, or Satan isn't herself on Twitch, and I'm going to be running Plants vs. Zombies, all mini-games for you all today. So we're going to complete every single mini-game in this little grid here, all 20, back to back. The order of which is not going to be the one you see on screen. It'll be funny. This is a really, really silly run, but it's also a really, really complicated run. So put your thinking caps on and also laugh a lot. We're going to be having a lot of fun. Easy Pig, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm going to be commentating. My name is Easy Pig. I have been in the PvZ community for, I think, about 4 years now. I love commentating on these runs. I love being at these marathons, and I pretty much take every opportunity I can to be a part of them. So thanks for having me, guys, and I'm going to throw it over to Peter.
Hello, I'm Peter. I'm also a PvZ speedrunner, like Easy Pig. I've been speedrunning for like 3 years or something. Fun game, one of my all-time favorites. I think it's one of the games I spent the most time with. Big fan of all the categories in this game. This one in particular is such an amazing, like, just high-octane instant showcase of how both speedrunnable PvZ is and just how wacky and wild it can get too.
Absolutely. And I want to ask our wonderful host Lefty, also, hello everybody, say hi. What won the bid war?
Checking right now, we have Future Glasses.
No
at
way!
$40.45, beating out Mustaches at $35.
Oh, a snipe! Oh, very good. Future
I also want to shout out.
technically a little faster in some circumstances, so very cool.
I also want to shout out Baron Burrito for coming in with $10 at the buzzer to settle that score.
Nice.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for donating for that. We're gonna have a cool 90s future retro aesthetic to our zombies this game, thanks to y'all. So thank you so much for getting your donations in for that. If you want to see Mustache, though, I have another run of this coming up in about a week, so you know, stay tuned. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go into the first minigame, and time is going to start when I click restart when I go into Slot Machine. Yes, this game does have a level called Slot Machine, and it is as random as you would expect it to be. So let's go ahead and get started. New game. That works. We'll go ahead and count us down. 3, 2, 1. New game.
Nope.
All right, welcome to Slot Machine. This is indeed a level called Slot Machine, and the goal is to get 2,000 sun. How do you get 2,000 sun? Well, we're in daytime, which does mean that sun is going to drop periodically from the sky. Oh, that is a good start.
Nice, nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Give us
So
more.
that's actually a huge deal just to get any amount of sun early.
This is
Bonus
amazing.
sun, let's go. The
There
other way, of
Marathon.
course.
Marathon
There are
pace.
two options that are actually helpful. There are like two
Yeah,
win
go-
condition
take it
options
away,
on this stage. Sunflowers or sun from the slot machine. If you get 2 of a kind, you get a little bit of the reward that you're looking for. If you get
Nice.
3 of a kind, that's a jackpot, which is extremely rare, and that gives you a lot of that. You're getting sunflowers for days!
Wow, dude, this is great.
Let's
This
go.
is great.
Snow peas, so I can
Oh,
protect
now
them.
they're
Something
safe.
slows it down. That's nice.
Epic, cool.
One could
Done.
incredible.
This is
Let's
You
go
know what I
gambling.
want to say, Peter, but I'm not saying it.
You know what they say? It's sun's up, sun's up, right?
Thumbs up. Yeah, so we're going a little nuts, pun intended, because there's walnuts.
Ooh, put on the
for
future
this,
goggles. Put on the future
because-
goggles.
Oh, future. Boing!
Go!
Yo! So now look, the zombies have fun futuristic glasses on. Also, if you'll notice, there's actually going to be a mechanic coming into play on this bottom mower here. Since we let the lawnmowers go, which are kind of like the last resort defenses in this game. This game basically goes like, if you let a lawnmower go, they're like, okay, you're having trouble with that row. We see you.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the next 2 like collection of zombies that spawn, which we call a wave, very important actually, it will not spawn any zombies in that row. So if you've noticed that they've been staying away from the bottom, that is why. Yep.
Well, it's actually a really, really, really small chance to spawn in that row because it has happened before and ruined some runs.
I was wondering
Oh,
who was
which
going
is
to say
funny.
it
True.
first.
That's technically true. It's just so not functionally true unless you play this
Yeah.
game, you know, like so
A
much
Billion
time.
times.
Yeah.
This is
also,
gonna
we have
blow-
6 sunflowers. This is actually really, really good RNG.
This is really good basis. There's a good slot machine.
Yeah. For just a random slot machine that we
7.
opened.
Okay. All right.
This is really great.
Jackpot, baby!
You're almost
Oh
done. You're
my
almost done
God,
spinning.
cracked.
Okay, so there's
Absolutely
a strategy.
cracked.
There's
I
a
want y'all to tell me
strategy.
the time of this slot machine because I don't have the timer going once we're done.
Okay. So the strategy of sorts is that the Sky Sun production is about a sunflower worth on pace. So you take the amount of sunflowers you have plus 1, you multiply that by 100, and you subtract it from 2,000. And whenever you get there, you can stop spinning, and it will be on average faster than continuing to spin.
Yep, so I'm actually gonna stop spinning in 100 sun.
Wow,
Here.
okay, you
nope,
can stop
got a
now.
sunflower. Nope, we can stop
Awesome.
now. Yep, beautiful. And that's it. That's slot machine.
That
Yeah,
was incredible.
cool. Wow.
Wow.
that was-
what a
you-
slot machine.
You start an all minigames run with slot machine because this is the most volatile stage of all minigames
You
because
can
of
get
how
truly anywhere from like 3 minutes and 30 seconds to 8+ minutes. Like
it's true.
Genuinely.
Like you could go on
I'm-
forever in theory. Like it actually approaches
Yeah.
infinity. You could just simply never get sun from the slot machine.
Yeah.
There's no code that forces you to be able to win this game.
I'm more of a distance. I'm more of one of the longer runners, longer category runners, and for 100%, I think my fastest slot machine is 8 minutes.
Oh, brutal.
And my average is about 9 minutes.
What I thought you were saying
it's
is I thought
terrible.
you were saying you were a distant slot machine runner, so you wanted to get the slowest possible slot machine.
No, there are people who do survival percent for this though.
Yeah.
I know Aaron did one.
No, that's true. Okay, so we're about to win here pretty soon, which is again really nice for just a random slot machine we booted up. That's
Unbelievable.
That's really
We
good.
were not held hostage at all today by
No,
the slot
like
machine.
not even close.
I reiterate, this stage is the first stage because like it
Slot
needs to be
machine!
4 minutes.
in order to get runs going. It's absolutely
Alright.
wild.
And now we're gonna try something really fun. We're gonna try the only glitch that is that can save a significant amount of time in the run here. And it's never been done in a marathon before, so hopefully we will figure it out. But first of all, this is walnut bowling. Walnut bowling is funny because,
nice.
you know, you bowl with walnuts. There are 2 possible walnut types we can get, which are regular walnuts, which is what I've been using, and explodonuts. We see one
There's
here.
one.
We are getting something called the
Oh,
50% rule right now, and the 50% rule is actually the most important mechanic in any PvZ speedrun ever. So listen up. Basically, for every collection of zombies that spawns, and once again, just like I said before,
Oh,
nice
nice.
ricochets, we call that a wave. If you do 50% or more of the health of that wave in damage, the next wave is triggered to spawn. It doesn't mean it spawns immediately. There's a little bit of variance on that, just like everything in this game. But, yeah. So what you're trying to do in pretty much any PvZ setting ever is trying to kill zombies faster so that you get more zombies on the screen faster to kill faster. So you might notice the more damage we do, sometimes we just get more zombies, and that's how that works. Yeah,
And so
50%
far,
roll.
this walnut bowling definitely shows it because the speed at which you've been able to play these waves has made it so that like we are like only a minute or so into the walnut bowling and we're already almost halfway there. Like we are activating
which is,
rules. There are
again,
20
really
waves
fast.
total.
There you go.
Nice snipe. I was hoping for that.
That was a really good ricochet. That was so important that bucket got tapped.
Yeah. Let me
Oh,
kill
boy.
the top guys, please.
Please.
Yeah.
I can kill one of them.
Nah. Okay, well that's fine.
That's not a big deal.
The glitch that is going to be attempted coming up was actually recently discovered, by the way. This is one of the very first instances of a
Nice
glitch being able to affect speedrun in a positive way. So that'll be really exciting if we get to show it off. And if we have extra time at the end of this run too, if it doesn't happen right now, because it's pretty hard to get, and there's only
it's
really
pretty hard
one
to
chance
get
to
live.
get it,
And in
we might get a chance to see it
minigames as
later.
well.
Mhm.
Okay, let's
All
close
right,
the
now's the
game.
chance. So
It
it
involves
away.
actually closing the game completely and then reopening it. You want to hold space here. I'm on offline Steam. What are you talking about?
Make sure to restream
Nope,
as well.
not slot machine. And then you have to throw a walnut. We have a trillion explode nuts, by the way. At the flag zombie, and then reopen the game. we're gonna actually wait for all the animations to play this time instead. And then we're gonna go back into walnut bowling, continue, and then throw a walnut at the same time. Nope, not quite. That's okay. I didn't expect it to work. It happens. So if it does work, that shadow walnut there will be a shadow walnut that goes in between, like, basically like bounces vertically in column 9. Like the whole rest of the level, which for this level is actually really, really good. If you don't have a trillion explode nuts and haven't been playing it well, like I have, actually.
Yeah. No, you're not really worried at all. You really put yourself in a position to be fine having not gotten the glitch.
Exactly.
One of the scariest things about the
goal.
glitch is like to set it up efficiently. Sometimes it takes using a lot of like the walnuts in the early game, so you don't have a lot of clutter on screen. And then if you fail it and then don't get explode nuts after, the stage can be really dangerous.
Oh, nice ricochets. Those are pretty. I love getting stuff like that.
I know we haven't said much about the conveyor belt mechanics yet, but there is one missing from this stage that we'll talk about later. But right now, like you'll notice, there's the conveyor belt on the top of the screen. The Explodo Nut has what, a 15% chance of spawning? I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Out of 1 in 7.
Yeah, and then the walnut has, you know, the other percentage of that. And we want the Explodo Nuts, obviously, but there is no way for us really to manipulate that because there's only 2 items that can spawn on the belt. Once there's a 3rd item, we'll be able to start manipulating that, and you'll see that later.
No, I gotta say, yeah, it's actually an incredible outlier for us to enter a stage and say there's no way we can manipulate the RNG. PvZ is basically known for almost at every layer of the game having some way to increase the odds in your favor.
Good snipes.
So walnut bowling is actually the exception that there's no way for us to make explode nuts more likely to happen.
It's actually kind of crazy how much the manipulation speeds up the level, because walnut bowling 2, which is something we'll be doing later,
See, this is
sometimes
what we
even
don't
faster
like
than walnut bowling 1.
Yeah, at this point you're gonna be
and it's
wanting
an
to play
extra flag.
A little bit for survival because a couple guys are walking up. Saving explode nuts for emergency and stuff can really help out in these kind of contexts because there's just. I mean, they're giving you explode nuts, but like at the wrong time sometimes.
Yeah. Oof. 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 I don't love this.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
This is why we play this one early, by the way.
Just throw the Explodo on the top.
Yeah, I just needed to.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, we're all good.
Bonk. Yeah, so that is right there. Okay, we're gonna be probably fine. That is right there the reason why we play this one really early. This level can decide to kill you. Even with the large amount of explode nuts we got, we were still in some slightly scary situations. And that's
nice
just how this
ricochet.
level can be. Yeah, that was beautiful. Like,
yeah,
we got good luck in this level.
Please one more Explodo. Please, at least one more Explodo.
Yeah.
I mean, there's time. There's plenty of time. You know, 1 in 7 is not that small of a number.
No,
Nope.
wait. Oh, no. No. Oh, beautiful.
on.
Beautiful.
Okay, we got one. We got one.
That's
Feeling
all we
much
need.
better.
No, don't kill him. Don't
We
kill
got
him.
2.
No. Why?
Okay. I don't.
I think
know
everything.
if
I
she's
think these
the
explode
most
nuts did
time saved
guaranteed
here.
life, which is good because when you're trying to set up the
Yeah,
glitch,
I'm
you end up using
beautiful.
mowers
Beautiful. That's what we
not
want.
good.
kind of early on.
How did he get away from that?
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Nope, we're dead.
What?
He got away from that. How did he get away from that?
He was just
Well,
barely out of
we get
range.
to try-
He's well, we do get to try the glitch again thanks to this, so that's exciting.
What? Thank you. Well, we get to see the death screen. Yay! So this is why all minigames is silly. Back to all the
It is
bowling.
silly.
You get to see it again. Is everybody excited? More complete-a-thon.
We're completing
they
it the
lost
most
their
upon that we
glasses.
possibly can.
Don't lose your glasses.
Yeah, put those back on. Come on, put those ridiculous things on.
Yeah, right now. So, the other thing that's funny about the 50% rule in walnut bowling, which I forgot to mention earlier, but I can mention now, that was really silly. I cannot believe that the Buckethead got away from that. Wow. Anyway, is that the hats actually have a different 50% rule rating than they would normally, and it's way more valuable to like tap a Buckethead's hat or get a Conehead's hat off of its head than it is to kill a normal. So that's kind of what we're looking to do.
That is true. I can explain it a little bit in depth, actually. I do know where
Please
that
do.
actually
Absolutely.
starts.
While I try to not die again. My goodness. Thank
so
you,
basically,
Walnut
If I understand it correctly, zombies have like the same HP that they would on other stages on this particular stage. But when you toss a walnut at a zombie, it gets like a scripted amount of damage based on like the zombie you're hitting, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you throw a walnut at a normal
Yep.
zombie, it kills the normal zombie because that's just like what it's supposed to do. But if you throw a walnut at a cone, it takes off that cone entirely, which is a cone actually has twice the health. Like the cone itself, the object, the cone, has twice as much health as a normal zombie. So the walnut is doing twice as much damage if it's hitting a cone than if it's hitting a normal zombie.
Yeah.
And then a bucket head,
it
nearly takes out the bucket, and a bucket has again
Way
like
more
twice
health.
as much health as a cone zombie. So you're gonna have way more value per nut if you're able to throw it at a higher health zombie than a lower health one.
Yeah, that's and obviously, you know, based on the 50% rule, that means that we want to see a lot of bucket heads here. And in fact, normal zombies are really kind of scary to see in large numbers because if you don't have the Explodonuts to take care of them, they really just build up and build up and build up, and then there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, in the context of this stage, you just want less zombies total because each walnut is just gonna, you know, probably tap, you know, 1 or 2 zombies. So the better RNG is to get more bucket heads. Which honestly, on your average PvZ stage, more bucket heads is usually a good thing because we are trying to isolate HP, like put it in one spot so we can just get rid of it entirely and get to the next wave.
I do hope that you can get the walnut glitch this time because I have not seen it, and Peter told me to stay blind so that if it happens in the run, I can have that y'all can have my live reaction.
That's true. No, yeah, you have not seen it whatsoever yet. You it just happened recently, and you hadn't had the chance to see it.
3 bucket heads, beautiful wave.
Yeah, that was pretty. We're back in here. Great. Minigames, walnut bowling. Continue. And I've got my 1 walnut. I gotta be ready to throw it at the flag zombie. Now. This likely won't work because of that, but we may as well try. We got really unlucky. The flag zombie could have shown up in any
It was behind the bucket
row
head, yeah.
there, but it was behind
1
the
in
bucket.
5 chance.
Yeah, classic. No, I think I'm throwing it a little bit too early. Alright, it happens. Yeah.
That's okay. Once again, set up to have a solid chance of victory. All your mowers left is actually going to make your odds way better this second attempt.
Yeah, no, I had to let a couple go in the first one. So
yeah, what we like to do
better.
with those lawnmowers, now that we have all of them, is we want to try and save our Explodos, at least to be like efficient with them, since we can't guarantee that we'll get more. So you'll probably see Satan now starting to let go a pair of rows along the side.
yeah.
And then that way we have guaranteed, like we have a guaranteed 3 rows where we know we're gonna get all of our zombies in. So we can just throw the walnut bowling, the Explodonut right down the middle of that until those zombies at the bottom start to spawn, and then we can just cycle that around and let them go at the top again.
Always has a smaller hitbox than I wanted to.
Yeah, the big value of the walnut the mower manipulation that was talked about earlier on Slot Machine is that you can compress a bunch of zombies into a couple lanes because they're not allowed to go on certain lanes. Which means if you have something like a cherry bomb or an Explodonut where you can explode zombies, you can get more zombie per plant. So you want zombies to be closer together so that one explosion can kill more of them at the same time. As a rule of thumb.
Yeah, and the game doesn't really like to give you neat rules or neat manipulation a lot, so you kind of just have to work with what you get.
Yeah, choosing to use mowers is like both a choice and also depends on the zombies that are given to you because sometimes zombies will not give you good opportunity to send them to the mower at a convenient time, so you got to kind of react to the RNG. And a lot of PvZ is reacting to RNG.
That's what I did there because I realized that I was gonna already take a wave with just a bunch of walnuts. So I decided to let the mower go to just give me a little bit of bonus there. Instead of trying to force the Explodonut and then maybe get it, you know.
The bottom 2 rows you have going on here though should make the final wave basically guaranteed at this point.
Oh yeah.
Which is really good.
I think this this interaction in chat is pretty funny. Someone put a brain emoji, someone put a tongue out emoji, and then someone put a zombie talking, the zombie thought bubble emoji.
Zombie above, let's go.
That is exactly what a zombie would say. They were right to say
that's literally true. Very good, chat. Thank you, thank you. And now we get to at least clean up the final wave, nice and easy, pretty much. Oh, you all got away from me. That's okay. At least
That
that
was
was a
also a
really
little
good
bit of-
example. That second,
Yeah, go
that
for
second
it.
one. Second one
That
was a really
walnut
nice example.
flew. Oh, that's really nice. Having the
Okay,
vaulters in that side row
IRS.
there.
Mm-hmm.
What? Having those vaulters in the side row there is really nice because of the fact that the Explodonet wouldn't hit them while they're in their vaulting animation, so they would have dodged that, and that
I'm
would have been
sorry,
really
I'm
annoying to
sorry,
deal with.
Easy Pig. I know you're a little behind me.
Yes,
but
I know.
IRS
I
just
see
gave
that.
me a magnet first drop.
That's
That
so
is
beautiful.
a really good first drop.
The
I'll say it.
RNG is loving me, except for, yep.
The,
Except for making the
except for
glitch
the
work.
first try walnut blowing anyway.
Yeah.
Point is, we're on its raining seeds. I love this stage a lot.
You would.
I would. I like rain. I like seeds. I like RNG. I'm a big gambling fan. It's no slot machine though, but I think it does its complete randomness aesthetic a lot more tastefully than slot machine does. It doesn't just throw you
Yes.
into a casino. It says, "Hey, all the plants you know in the game are given to you. Which one are you gonna get?" It's exciting. It
Who
forces you to
knows?
improvise.
Oh my goodness.
This is great. I'm so glad you got an early planter.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at all
The
of this.
number one
Look
thing
at
I'm
how
hoping all the
beautiful
time.
this is.
The top half of the screen is
Wow.
hilarious, actually. It's like almost kind of defended. There's just a bunch of like instas and stuff. Very
Ooh,
cool.
Yeah.
a Chomper.
This is amazing.
Chomper's a little interesting here because it's like, it's an insta kill, but most of the time you're going to be using it completely blind, so it's not anything to really sneeze at in IRS.
Yep. And of
but,
course, as you can see, the gimmick of
normally
it's
it's pretty
raining
good.
seeds. I'm just gonna let this one die to this. I think I want to be safe.
You are flying
is
really fast
that-
thanks to all these instas. It
Yeah,
could be
so I'm
dangerous.
just gonna chill for a second.
Get ahead of
Stop
yourself
for
here.
it.
Well, you'll just get a bunch more.
Starfruit is an A tier. That is a very high tier plant to get on its raining
Yeah.
seeds. You slap that in the middle, and you're going to be doing a lot of damage pretty
Oh, yeah.
safely.
Yeah, we actually had something called the Starfruit Revolution happen in the
Starfruit
community a little bit
Revolution.
ago, where speedrunners realized that Starfruit is amazing. One of the absolute best plants in the game. Thank you, Hippo.
I'll say Bulbasaur and Aaron convinced us.
Yeah, one of the absolute best plants in the game. I miscounted. That's all right. No big deal. And basically, that's because it. What?
Where's that one?
Okay, thank you. It's like I didn't misplace that, did I? But we
No,
got
surely
footage
there's a zombie
of-
there.
Wow, really fast first flag.
That was very fast, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a torchwood top here.
One interesting thing that you said that I'm going to. Oh, sorry, were you going to say
yeah, no,
something?
you go ahead. I'm just
All
gonna
right.
play for this
I'm
one.
gonna
It's IRS.
illuminate on the fact that you said something along the lines of "whoops, I miscounted." A very interesting sort of in contrast to our explanation of the 50% rule, which is that when you kill half of the health of the zombies in a wave, you immediately go to the next wave. When you get to wave 9, which is there's 10 waves that make up a flag. When you get to wave 9, which is the wave right before you get to the flag, if you look at the tracker at the bottom right.
It took
Oh.
it.
Goodbye, Starfruit.
Hello,
You actually have to
Mushroom.
kill all the zombies on the screen to get to the next wave. So runners will be kind of counting in their head, trying to keep track of which wave they're on so that they know when they're on wave 9, because you have to change up your strategy a bit. You have to make sure everyone's dead.
Yep,
Like-
exactly. And
like over
that's
here,
also
they're-
the same for the final wave of the level, of course, as well.
Starfruit's
Yeah,
back.
every zombie on the screen. Yeah, we got it
It's
back.
like it never
Yay.
left.
What?
Well, I guess, just to explain it
We
a
got
little
it
bit
early
differently,
block.
is that the ninth,
That was an early
ninth
block.
the 9th, 19th, etc. It's every zombie that spawned in that wave specifically. But for the end, to end it, you have to kill all of the zombies on screen.
Right. Yeah. It's the zombies that came with wave 9 that you have to clear out, not necessarily every single zombie from the entire level. So you
Which
can
is why
ignore.
in some speedruns you'll see people just like let a zombie go, and because maybe they'll deal with it with a Doomshroom in the next wave or something or whatever, but like they don't need it for that rule.
Yeah.
There
Well,
goes-
training seats is just the perfect opportunity to have like a billion different things go on that are worth explaining. That Jack in the Box zombie, he has a chance of exploding early or exploding late. It is a 1 in 20 that
you
explodes early.
guy.
He exploded early.
Oh.
Great time to have a
Nice wave
Doomshroom
9.
given that football
Yeah.
zombie.
Football
That was
zombie, the bonus football.
that was the bonus wave 19
in
football
football.
zombie.
It literally was. No joke. It actually
You
was
are getting
that.
so many Doomships. You're
Wow.
blowing things up around here. This is
I
awesome.
love it.
You're gonna have a lot
of
of craters.
No,
No,
the
and
reason I
that-
let that
that was
wave go is
such a
because the
good
football was getting
magnet.
its head taken off really quickly. There's a
Yeah,
bucket
so,
down here. I'm gonna
So the
that.
football zombie's helmet increases its health by 8 times, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it makes it have 8 times as much health, and so the magnet removing the helmet basically makes it a normal zombie. Almost instantly activating the 50% roll half the time, pretty much most of the time. Whenever a football zombie's on the wave, if you do that.
Yeah, which is why magnet was such a good like draw at the very beginning of this level, because any zombie that's holding metal is usually holding a lot of the 50% rule in his hands. So if you get rid of that metal, you've got the next wave spawn instantly.
Hello,
Okay,
Squash.
good. You do die.
I appreciate that holding on to the squash just in case that magnet needed some protection there. That was good. You were checking to see if that guy was gonna die.
We like the melon. No!
They're stealing you out of house and home. First the star fruit, then the marigold. The suspense of whether the marigold survives or not.
All of my plants are gone.
Wow.
Wowie.
I should not have said they were stealing you out of house and home before I knew the true reality of the situation.
How much that was going on. Yep. Cool
The
bucket
bungee zombie is an interesting zombie, by the
there
way.
with the
Buckethead.
hypno.
That's a great hypno.
Remember that bucket heads have a
Wow.
lot of health, and so do football zombies. So if we're insta-killing those, we're really, really happy.
And that buckethead just killed a normal zombie for you, which is nice.
Oh, beautiful. I'm loving this late garlic I've got here. That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
you saw
you know,
how it made that dead zombie change lanes? That was important.
a second magnet.
Also, that is the reason why future is quote unquote faster, is because when a zombie with future glasses eats a garlic, it actually goes black and goes to the next row, whichever one's on top or bottom of it, immediately. Thank goodness, no magnet. That's why I was holding this.
Yeah, normally there's a slight delay, but there's no animation for them. There's no animation for them doing the blah thing that the zombies normally do, so it just skips
When
that part
they
of
have
it.
the future glasses, yep. So we actually use that in any percent runs as well. I'm gonna defend this magnet, hopefully when the next wave spawns.
Ooh, welcome, raid.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I like so much of like the obligatory fast kill plant that is the Doom
I
Shroom.
want something for this, please, 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 please. No.
Wrong.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That magnet's a little bit busy,
Let's
but
go.
he's
But
there in time.
Getting it. We're getting it. Oh, lantern. Hi, lantern. We get to see. We get to super see. That's pretty rare in IRS. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
We like to see that.
No, that's really good, especially for a marathon setting, because we can actually fully react to everything now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was
we're not
saying.
at risk of blah because it stole the Jack in the Box. The Jack in the Box can only go blah and blow up everything around it if it's got its Jack in the Box thingy, and now it doesn't. So that's a big deal.
Yeah. While the magnet stealing the Jack in the Box's box is nice because it removes the ability for him to explode, we would kind of much rather have it take literally anything else, because the box itself doesn't count towards the 50% roll at all.
That
And
is
it
very
rarely
true.
explodes early.
If we're
But-
only trying to go fast then, that's true. But also, if you want to protect your magnets, it's also not a bad thing. So
We saw it
depends on
earlier
what you're
today.
doing.
That guy exploded early. That 1 in 20 is business.
Yeah.
That was
It's
brutal.
like, it could happen.
Yep.
It could happen.
It totally can.
Anything could happen. And
We've got
literally
some fun
anything could
plants
happen
on
to you
the
in this
screen
game.
also. We've got 3 Peter. We got melons.
That's me.
Yeah, 3 Peters. 3 Peters.
That's me 3 times.
I always send 3 Peter emotes when we talk about this. Good.
Arbalist in the...
Already not a bad IRS.
Is that what you've been doing? I think I've only noticed like only now retroactively
Wait,
have I noticed
you
that.
only know this now?
that Peter
Peter.
emotes are because there's a 3 Peters, so there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh my
I understand.
goodness.
I've been missing your jokes.
You sure have. Wowie. Wowie.
Wowee.
I don't think
No,
we
this
need to do
was a
anything about
pretty
that. Oh, Zen Garden.
solid
So,
one.
I actually didn't say this at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say it now. I will donate $5 for every Zen plant or diamond that we're gonna get. So that's $5 right there.
Cool. Yeah, those are very rare drops. Diamonds are a 1 in 1,000 whenever a zombie drops a coin, and Zen Garden plants are 1 in 2,500. So
So
they're
if
pretty
anybody
rare and
wants to
exciting
get
when they show
in
up.
on that challenge with me, do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we've got some incentives coming up
Zomboss
tomorrow.
Revenge.
Lefty, do you want to talk about that? Maybe?
Any
Or
messages from our
something else?
sponsors?
All right. So this is Dr. Zomboss Revenge. So
Look at
if
it.
you've played the game at all before or seen any gameplay of it, then you probably know the very iconic boss of Dr. Zomboss. The music is banging. This is one of the best tracks in the game. And
Dandy
this
modes.
is the boss fight, except he has, I think, 1.5 times more health.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
And so what that does is, interestingly enough, there are some phase interactions with the health bar. So if you look at the health bar, the level progress bar down on the bottom right, you'll see it says level progress on that little part on the bottom. The very right of that is where 20% is visually. So Satan is going to be kind of manipulating that first phase with jalapenos and ice shrooms here, and letting her catapults get a lot of damage in. And I'm not entirely sure what strategy you'll be going for, because I know there's a couple different ones based on your experience. And I'm not that great at this one, so I use a
I'm not
easier
either.
one.
I'm just gonna let him go from here, I think.
Yep. And so after he hits the 20% threshold, which he hasn't,
Bucket.
but
head,
after he
phase.
does, he will
Get head
drop.
phase.
Yeah, he will drop bucket heads on this phase, but after he hits the 20%, he will drop some bungees down, as you saw in IRS, and they will try and steal your plants just like they did in IRS. You can kill them, you can freeze them. A lot of the time, we'll just let them go because sometimes they just target empty slots, which is kind of funny. But it's a very fast cycle, so it's not that bad. What we want to do after we're in the 20% range, though, is we want to get out of there as soon as possible, because we might get hex cycled, where
I'm Satan.
the
We can say hell.
we can say hell. Okay, we might get hell cycled.
We got the hell sponsor from the top right now, actually.
And so at 50%, what happens is
Darn it.
he will throw
Yeah, okay.
an RV,
Let me sneak one more.
not a bus, as we all have said forever.
It's a bus. It's a bus.
We've all said bus forever, and I'll try. Yeah.
When everyone, it's actually such a sad experience watching people try to rename an ancient speedrun strat
so
that's like
funny.
always been a misnomer, dude. Like
so
someone
funny.
saw a recreational vehicle, an RV, a van, and they called it a bus a
And
long
that's
time
what-
ago,
yep,
and we're stuck
and
with it.
That's what it is.
And that's a good thing.
What it is now.
I just like shake my head and tisk whenever I see someone trying to change the name of that strat.
And so now, what Satan is going to try and do is get out of this 20% to 50% range, because if she stays in it, there's a chance we'll get hell cycled where Zomboss just gets stuck throwing that bus over and over and over again, without actually coming down for you to deal damage to him, and that can go on actually forever. And it happened to me in a run before, and I think my Zomboss ended up adding like 8 minutes to it, so it can really go on for a long time. So you want to definitely avoid
Yeah.
that.
Good news is we got past that, so.
Yep, no chance of an infinite fight.
No
In
hell
fact,
cycle.
honestly, not
There's
the
the
worst
bus.
pace for a 4 cycle, which is really
Yeah.
good for Zomboss's Revenge.
Oh,
So there's
very
still
good.
a chance that
Hopefully
you
we'll
are.
grab it.
That was a good bus. Yeah. No
Yeah.
melons lost.
Yeah.
Whoa, catapults.
I think you're good to place all your flower pots here.
Yeah, I think I can.
Yeah, right after the bus is dropped, it's actually extremely likely that the game will give you more pots. I just learned this recently. The game bumps up your chance of getting pots right after bus drops.
Also, you should sometimes remove pots from the board. You might have been seeing me do that, because the game does give you more pulp plants if you have more unused pots on the board.
Yeah,
So
it's if
that
you
is
have 2 or
a
less,
strat.
that's when it stops.
Zomboss is
We
like an
should be good
amazing,
to kill Zomboss next thing.
like
Here's
magical,
Zomboss.
like mixture of like a billion different things that you can do to make the game give you different kinds of plants. Like what your board looks like is constantly affecting what plants they give you in the belt. It's actually pretty wild when you know the details about it. Like if there's a lot of empty pots, you're gonna get catapults. If there's not a lot of pots, you're gonna get pots. If there's not a lot of pots or if there is a lot of pots and they're all full, you're gonna get a lot of jalapenos and ices, which is what you're looking for.
And you might notice Satan kind of alternating jalapenos and ice shrooms now and then, and that is that's intentional in more than one way. Not only to just kind of cycle damage, but if you freeze a frozen target, they're frozen for a shorter amount of time if you were to freeze a new target. So by unthawing him and then freezing him again, you actually get more stall time.
Yeah. It's too bad. The game just did not give me jalapenos. It gave
No,
me
that was
a lot of ice shrooms,
A
but
ridiculous
no
amount of ice
jalapenos.
shrooms, spam.
Yeah,
No, jalapenos
but
are like
You
way
almost
more
never
important.
see that. Yeah, unfortunately.
That
so
should
we'll
not
get a 5
happen,
cycle,
too.
but we'll get a comfy 5 cycle. It will not be close. Yeah.
Jalapenos are actually weighted to be way more common than ice shrooms too, so that was
Yeah, so that was really unlikely.
pretty unlucky.
Oh, well.
Um,
Well,
And,
5 cycles is
all
a standard
minigames.
cycle anyway, so it's fine.
If you remember what we said about the mower manipulation earlier, this is specifically only true for Zomboss. If the mower is let go normally, not crushed by one of his fire or ice balls, it will actually do that very low chance spawning thing, but for 99 waves instead.
That's a lot of waves.
Yeah, so you could theoretically see zombies in there again, but you probably won't for the rest of your attempt. So you can just kind of load up that lane with damage then once that happens, which is nice.
5th bot.
Fifth bot?
That's not very likely.
Go.
Bot,
Yeah,
fifth
fifth
bot.
bot. We kept calling it a 1% chance, but it's not a 1% chance.
That's such a. I'm glad.
That's
I'm
fine.
glad that misnomer is actually dying out. I like funny names that
Let's go
are dumb,
fast.
but when
What
they're
is
actually
that?
like misinformative, it's not good.
Yep.
Because it's
We're
not
gonna go
1%, it's
real
1
fast now,
over
by the way.
something.
It's like it doesn't like reflect. It doesn't turn into like 1%
Yeah.
in like any fashion when you
No.
actually look at reality.
Welcome to
This stage
CNCQ.
is awesome. This is pure speedrunning.
This is my favorite level. This is my favorite
It's because it
minigame
goes double
level.
speed.
If-
Yeah, I would recommend Satan just not talking on this one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if
y'all
Satan's anything
talk.
like
Go for it.
myself, actually playing this stage is gonna require like 110% of your brain power because
Yeah.
PvC's already a multitasking like
I'm
workout.
actually pretty good at this stage. This is one of my best minigames. But
Awesome, cool. Well, we're gonna see a really good stage then. But yeah, no, PvC's already a multitasking workout. The game operating at 2x speed basically like puts your brain into overdrive. You just have to be focusing on collecting sun, planting plants, collecting sun, planting plants. A very popular plant you'll see in a lot of post-game type categories, like all minigames, is that gloom shroom upgrade you see there at the right side of the plant belt. That purple-looking guy. He is very strong. He fires like 4 times per volley. Very, very cost-effective. Fires through all zombies. Infinite pierce. This
Ooh,
guy's
nice.
incredible. You're gonna see how fast this guy can go at 2x speed, which is honestly a great
That's
introduction
not
to
gonna
his
go.
awesomeness.
Sucks. That's gross.
It's a good thing we got started
Damn,
first.
let him
Oh,
go.
how,
But yeah, basically during this stage, you're gonna see the classic Gloom Shroom strat, where we're gonna try to fill up the screen with Gloom Shrooms so that every single rule is activated basically infinitely by the raw damage that those guys do. And at this speed, we're gonna be out of the stage in like 4 minutes. It's actually, despite being a 4 flag level, which is very long, that's 40 waves.
Yeah.
It's gonna be over really fast.
even with no doom shroom, like this
okay,
is
we're gonna
like you just clear those waves so fast. Yeah, and the real difficulty of this level, because I grinded the IL of it for a very long time.
I remember you were a big ZNZQ head once upon a time, yeah.
The big strategy for this level is that the first flag is really hard. It's really, really hard.
It is, that's where like most of the important stuff that goes on in the stage happens, because you have to like at 2x speed have a gloom on 1/2 of the screen for a decent amount of time, and that's super stressful.
Yeah, you have to at 2x speed get your sun production up, deal with all the zombies that are spawning, and get your gloom down in time so that your second gloom can get down at the beginning of the second flag spawning in, which is just so much to keep track of. So if you are going to attempt speedrunning this game, I would not recommend starting with ZNZQ.
the QIL. Yeah.
Although,
Thank
if you
you.
did like make ZNZQ your very first like IL for speedrunning this game, imagine how slow every level would feel in comparison. Like you'd be like Zen.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
You'd be pure like slow-mo, like you'd be so good at the game in comparison. Because this game, this speed is incredibly fast.
Or if you just play it because it's what 1.5 times speed, right? Because it's not 2, because 2 would actually be insane.
It's not too, man. Such a misinformation spread, dude.
Oh,
I was so
yeah.
down for that to be
Oops.
2 every single time I've ever
I
described
forgot
this
about
minigame.
that also.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
I thought it was 2 as well until I heard someone else say that it wasn't, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's someone that definitely knows what they're talking about. So
There are some people who, when you hear intel from them, you're like, all right, I now know.
I must have
new
been
true
wrong.
fact.
I must have been wrong.
There are some people who have their fingers, their nasty little fingers in the code, and they know everything.
No,
We
and
did
the
get
really
the code for this game a long time ago, but we
we
aren't
had the
able to
code-
really refer to it very well now. Some people, it's a whole thing. It's kind of like mysterious. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we
I
had
know,
the
it's
code
lore.
for the mobile version for a decent bit of time.
Yeah.
So like the
Yeah.
iOS port, and then like just recently, there's been some like decently well decomposed. Is that? Can you say
I'm
decomposed?
just gonna throw in before this level ends is that we used to actually use cattail instead of starfruit.
Very good. That was a really good ale.
And whenever,
at least
and
for me.
I think it was Scion that put starfruit in, and then we were like, dude,
Ooh,
starfruit
Chad,
just
I
does
need your
everything
energy for
cattail does for
Invisible.
way cheaper.
I just want to say this is the last level that is pretty likely to give me some real trouble.
Yeah, last of the
so-
deadly ones when it comes to RNG just being like a major decider.
Yep. So as you can see, zombies are invisible. We have to use audio cues and also zombies dying to figure out where the zombies are and what they're up to. You can also use ice shrooms, and it'll bring that little ice thing down at the bottom of the zombie's feet. But that's kind of all we got. There,
Yeah.
I actually knew that zombie was on the top because Invisible is funny, and the programmers made it so that you can't get a zombie in the bottom row for the first 6 waves, and you also can't get a zombie in the pool rows for the first 6 waves as well. That's also hard-coded. So I knew there that since these two weren't shooting, that it was on the top.
Invisible is actually, a lot of players probably remember this as one of the harder minigames if they have any memories of this minigame. Very interestingly designed. Not only are the plants given to you some of the lowest DPS plants in the game, them being the pea shooter and the kernel bolt, but the belt also moves slower than most other conveyor belt stages. So you do not get a lot of plants to deal with these zombies that you can't even see.
And there's some
Aside-
really high health
Go for it.
zombies as well. It starts spawning cone heads like immediately.
Yep.
Bucket heads can be spawned really early as well. It's just brutal. There's zombonis. This is a hard level. We play it safe
Yeah.
as speedrunners.
Very
Like,
hard level.
There are zombonis, but there are no bobsleds.
That's true.
That clarification should be made.
There
Because
is
that
also
makes them
conveyor belt
less threatening.
manipulation as well in this level. So the fact that I'm leaving lily pads on the belt, I'm gonna put 1 down to keep it moving. But remember that if you have 2 or more of the same plant on the belt, that'll sort of demanipulate that plant. So you want to use what you want, and
Yeah,
what you-
and it's a better manipulation at 3 and an even better one at 4, and that's where it caps out. So that's why whenever we see a 5th one, you'll see us comment on it, because that means that we got the really low chance of getting that 5th one.
Yeah. A
There's
fifth of the
that
plant
middle.
on a belt is wild. Also, for all the like complaining that your average PvZ speedrun will do about like the difficulty and the wacky RNG of this stage, this stage is actually very well designed for its mechanic. The plants and the zombies featured on the stage are all very like, either they have a bonus visual cue that kind of helps you figure out where the zombie is, or an audio cue.
Yeah,
You can hear the
and-
different types of zombies and the cone heads, the bucket heads. The ice shroom shows you where the zombies are, and if we
Oh
ever see
my.
it, Kernel Pulse will also show you where zombies are.
Yeah,
I missed
like
this
if-
bottom row, by the way. We're gonna have the
if,
that go up.
If you
Well,
if you
when
wanted
did that
to practice for fog, just like getting used to audio cues and stuff, I would say this is a pretty good level for that, because you absolutely cannot see the zombies, so you have to rely on the audio cue and know
fog's all
what
over,
zombie you're dealing with. I think now would be a good time for anything that the host might have.
Yeah, if I could jump in for just a second, I got
Please
a little
do.
update. On top of the current incentive for The Last Guardian is for petting Trico, $20 per pet, by the way. We've also opened a new poll for Sable. You can, the
Thank you.
Choice of
Outer
mask
Circle.
will be determined by the donators between the Sandworm mask, Ibexi mask, Hercules Beetle mask, Entertainer's mask, and Cartographer's mask. That's 5 different options, and that will be determined by donator vote. So both of those things are now open, and you can contribute to both of them simultaneously, both the incentive and the poll. So make sure you select both when placing your donation. You can type !donate to get the link to Tiltify.
All right, guys. Well, I was just looking at the schedule because I was like, I was reading the bottom earlier whenever it was just on, and I saw My Friendly Neighborhood on there, and it went on before this, and I was at work, which is so sad. So I definitely have something to watch now. Peter, what
Yeah, that
have
one
you
was
been?
a lot of fun.
Yeah, what have you been?
I'm gonna try to catch a lot of
looking
things in
forward to
this
here.
squash.
I don't know.
It took care of it. That's fine. There were a lot
Hello, my
of
name's
things
Peter.
going on top.
What was that,
That
Peter?
was what I was looking at.
Oh, my name's Peter.
Oh, that's Peter.
It's true.
Yeah, that's me. I mean, future things in the schedule. I had look see myself. I've actually set aside some time to watch the Pizza Tower run. I'm just really interested in that
Oh,
run.
yeah, Pizza
Whenever
Tower's
that
so
shows up in
fun.
the
That's
marathon,
gonna be
so
great.
that's a great
That's
speed
gonna
game.
be amazing. Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad you
gonna
asked
be,
me. Great opportunity to
gonna
talk about
be-
future runs in the marathon, right?
Goodness, when is that gonna be? Oh gosh, I've seen it on the schedule, but I want to know when it is. Post? Do you want to
Well,
talk
I mean-
about the upcoming runs?
I mean, obviously Peter would know because he set aside time for it.
That's right. That is going to be late at night on the Saturday, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's
That
right
is
after
the last
my
run on
Reconcile run.
Saturday.
Yep.
Pizza Tower.
Flame backed up.
We're talking about things we're looking forward to. I gotta shout out Luigi's Mansion because we got a max percent run coming on Sunday, which is different from a 100% run.
No, I love
I'm a
max percent.
Luigi's Mansion runner, so like I know a little bit about this. Max percent, 100% is collecting enough money to get the A rank mansion at the very end of the game, but max percent is getting every piece of money you can possibly get in the game. And that is difficult, not only because you need to be very thorough in your searching, but sometimes money can fall out of bounds and stuff, so you gotta like reload saves when things don't go your way. It is a very frustrating, difficult run to pull off, so I'm very excited to see that on Sunday.
Something you guys might have noticed about this level is that it's 2 flags. And something else you might have noticed about this level is that we're spending about as much time in it as we did in IRS. Yeah, this level is very slow. It can
Very slow. It can kill you.
The death thing is the
Yeah.
one you're most worried about whenever you enter this stage.
Yeah, no, like a lot of the time I'm just kind of like sitting here in it and I'm like, okay, cool, we're doing good. And then I died. I'm like, okay, there's 8 minutes.
One thing that I'm really glad the level decided to not totally sabotage me on is I declared there was going to be a kernel bolt at some point during this level, and they did
Yes, there was
eventually
exactly
give
one.
one.
That's
There are
exactly
3.
one.
There's been
Second
3
one.
actually.
3.
There's been 3. One of them died.
Oh,
one
I
died.
missed the one that died.
I missed that one too.
Get owned.
There's so much metal. I'm not sure where everything is.
All I hear is clanging and banging.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
what it
what.
gets when it's a steep, dude.
That's another thing that this will teach you too is how to associate,
Actually gonna
I
just
guess,
kill this.
your lanes with the sounds because obviously all the metal
think it was
zombies
the
are
right
making
call.
the same sound here, but they're only making it when the P's hit them, so it's kind of like, can you figure out when the P is hitting it and making that sound
Funny
versus
glitch,
another
funny
lane?
glitch, by the way. So I just put down an ice room at exactly the right time to make it so that there are no ambush zombies in the level. That is a really, really niche glitch that you can actually do in certain levels that have pool levels, and you can use an ice room in. And Invisible is one of the very, very rare instances that we can do that. So I successfully pulled that off, which is actually a big time save a lot of the time, especially if the game was going to spawn Buckethead ambush zombies. The ambush zombies spawn in the
You wanna
pool, and
know-
they're like in this region here. So, you know,
You wanna know a fun
that's
fact?
pretty bad.
It's not a glitch.
Lift invisible.
It's
Yeah,
actually
it's not a glitch.
intended.
You're right. You're right. It is intended. You are right.
Which is so
I'll
weird
keep
because the
calling.
garlic thing's intended too, and we're like,
after
what?
the stretch of Invisible, I just want to play some walnut bowling again. I promise, it's better this time.
This is better walnut bowling.
Like no chance of death because this stage actually has conveyor belt manipulation. We are gonna get so many explode nuts and giant
And
walnuts.
look at this. What is that? What is that?
Ooh,
Let's watch
this
it.
is actually the stage that I like to explain conveyor belt manipulation on the most. Just because
I
there's
love giant
only
walnut.
3. Wow. But yeah, as you saw there, the giant walnut will kill all the zombies in a row just instantly. And the explodo nut will do the cherry bomb explosion in the 3x3. And so now that we have 3 different types of plants on our conveyor belt, that being regular walnut, explodo nut, and the giant walnut, we can manipulate the regular walnuts out of the pool as much as possible so that we are only getting our insanely powerful giant walnuts and explodo nuts.
Yeah, try this one at home. You will find that
Yes.
this stage becomes
Do try this
10,000 times easier if you simply just hold on to your regular walnuts. You will have no struggle whatsoever. I imagine without manip, it's been a while since I played it that way, but this stage is probably significantly more of a struggle if you're just using every plant that's given to you.
Like, think
yeah,
about
for
walnut
us
bowling 1.
speedrunners, this is so much fun. This is genuinely a walk in the park. Like
Yes.
you just throw down walnuts and it's fun and you have a good time.
It's like to put it in perspective, walnut bowling 1 is towards the bottom of my list of all of the mini games if I were to rank them, and walnut bowling 2 is, I think, number 1 or 2.
Yeah, the is like kind of like a pretty pure expression of speedrunning actually. Like you can just like for the moment the stage starts, start setting up manip and also kill zombies at the same time. Like the IL world record wastes like basically 0 time waiting on rules.
Well, I think but does it throw the walnut early to get a bucket head, or is that
Yeah, the early one like will like just like actually just throw the first thing you get, which is usually gonna be a walnut, and you get a rule off a bucket, and you just hope that like you start getting those special nuts, and then you start getting like the regular nuts in between the special nuts. Like you're not wasting time. You're not even building the manip really. You're just like letting it build itself. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I really like this level as a speedrun. It's really interesting.
Yeah, also we have our first appearance of dancer zombies, and I think, is that the last one as well? Ow. Ow, you rascal.
That was a really good
sniped my exploding nut.
clutch save from the dancer zombie, protecting all those zombies with his one backup dancer. That was awesome. Nice job, no name brand Michael.
No name band Michael. And we say Michael because if you play a
Yes.
version of this game that they actually released first, and not the subsequent versions that they re-released, you'll find that zombie looks an awful lot like Michael Jackson. They did model him after Michael Jackson from Thriller.
From the real world, from the real life.
From Thriller.
Michael Jackson from Thriller.
That's what I like to call him.
That's awesome.
Jackson from Thriller.
Also,
Yeah, I
but
loved him in,
this-
what was it?
But that was in the lovely year of 2008 that they made that. And do you remember what also happened in 2008?
since then,
Just a little something. Just a little
lot less songs.
A lot less
albums.
Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
a lot less. Yeah,
Michael
a lot
Jackson.
fewer Michael Jackson.
Also,
songs.
I
Yep.
just noticed this. There's been 5 walnuts on the belt. That shouldn't have happened. They
You just
Yeah.
noticed?
there was a
I did.
fifth walnut
Actually,
there.
there were 6.
There were 6.
Yeah.
There were 6.
There's been 5 sitting there for a bit.
Yeah,
If there was
I
ever
did
going to be a
notice.
stage where you'd see 5 or 6 of something, the stage is only 3 plants, I guess, would be the one. But still, come on.
Come on. I love
Yeah.
that
Nice, Jim.
singular normal zombie there, just not being in the range.
Sometimes
I
the
love when
toughest
they
zombies
do
are the
that.
ones you expect the least from.
But yeah,
You know-
also they see these backup dancer zombies, these funny looking guys on the sides of the dancer zombie. Those don't actually count for the 50% rule at all. Fun
Nope.
fact. They never do
They are
in any
fake.
context. Yep.
They are
They're essentially
constructs.
fake zombies. Yep.
They're fake.
Yep. I'm gonna start letting these zombies go to the mower. I think I'm starting to let that happen here.
Yeah, no real risk. Like, if you end up letting zombies go to the mower and you don't like them anymore, you can always just giant walnut them later. It's just a very low risk environment stage.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
He's so excited to go to the mower, he's dancing.
Wow.
And I'm not gonna let him.
Little does he know, though, that will be his downfall towards getting to the mower quickly.
There were just too many bucket heads to let go. Wow, and it's still not. You can see the
Little-
power of bucket heads for the rule. They really carry a lot of that rule.
Yeah.
You have
Like,
to
there's
make sure you're
3
killing
sitting
them.
here,
Yeah.
and the wave wasn't going. Like, it's sometimes because I I know that we said the 50% rule, it's when 50% of the wave, but it's actually more of a range. It's 35 to 50%, and that's rolled randomly when the wave spawns. So to get around that, since we don't know, we just assume it's 50% because that'll always guarantee us the roll. So that's why we call it the 50%
I should have
roll.
let that mower go probably, but it doesn't really matter.
So that's why sometimes you'll see like a cone head trigger the roll in a wave, but other times you won't, and it's the exact same wave. It's because they rolled a better roll. Also,
those dancers.
What an interesting wave.
I've never seen a 3-dancer wave like that. That was fascinating. All right, sure. I won't complain, I guess.
Oh, nice.
All right, there we go.
Beautiful.
So nice and fun.
Beautiful.
At home. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I promise. And now, do you remember the run that was on roughly at this time last night? Well, I have a reference for you. Welcome
My
to
mic
Mortal
was
Kombat.
mega muted. What's up? I'm back.
Oh, hi, Peter. Oh, hello.
Cool. It's been a second. Hello, everyone. I'm back.
Hello. Good to have
I went
you
to
back,
sneeze.
Peter.
I went to sneeze at one point, and then I didn't return. The sneeze took me.
Oh, wow. I'm sure you said so many interesting and great things. during that time.
Maybe.
He did.
They might have
It's
stopped.
Peter.
I can't remember.
This is Peter we're talking about.
The sneeze was
It's
epic,
Peter.
though. Honestly, I should have shared it. Then I wouldn't have been muted. Oh, well.
Well, welcome into Portal Combat, everybody. Yet another conveyor belt stage. Minigames absolutely love that. And as you can see, we've got some portals here. What you can't see right now is that they're actually going to change location eventually. So we're not able to plan all of our structures here to be able to just get a lot of damage on each of the rows. Yet we kind of have to like hedge our bets a little bit, which is one reason why I put this cactus in the back, because we're going to get balloon zombies later in the stage. And sometimes the portals can move in such a way that the balloon zombie can just kind of like assault you.
Yeah.
So you
That's
want
real
the
bad.
cactus to be far in the back if you get cacti. Yeah, because balloon zombies you can only bring down to earth with cactus, or remove with
cherry
clover,
bomb,
or
I
cherry
guess.
bomb. Yeah, exactly.
These early Torchwoods are making me very happy as a Portal Combat enthusiast. We're gonna see
Yes,
a
I
lot of
am gonna
damage
put
because
one down.
this game just gives you a bunch of pea shooters and repeaters, and Torchwoods double the damage and give splash.
I know
Very interesting.
I know Peter just said 3-peter, but that's a lie.
I love saying 3-peter when I mean repeater. It's actually a real problem.
You do that so much.
I just
Okay.
want more
It's
Peter.
true.
I can't get enough.
So this is kind of
That's true.
interesting. Okay, so while you may notice that there are no
Yeah,
zombies spawning
I'm
in front of those
noticing.
portals, it's because the zombies are not allowed to spawn
Okay.
in a lane that is less than 4 tiles
nine.
long.
So,
So
they
if
won't
you
spawn
look
in this
behind that
fourth row,
portal,
at least right now.
yeah, if you look behind that portal, if you look
Hello,
behind
friends.
both portals, one of them is 3 and the other one's 2, so
Whoa,
no
hello,
zombies are going
lots
to
of
spawn there
friends.
at all.
Gets blown up.
Get blown up, my friends. That's not how you should treat your friends. I like to
which
get
is-
my friends.
This is
key.
actually really good because
Yeah, no, this is nice.
You
Compression.
can funnel all your damage into
Oh.
those 3 lanes.
Portal relocating. And there's always a portal relocate, like roughly in the same part of the level, but you don't know exactly when the rest of them are gonna be. So
It's
know.
it's every X minutes, I think.
yeah.
I can't remember the time, but it's like if you go through the level faster, there's a less chance of you getting screwed over by a portal movement.
Yeah, despite the fact that I like kind of was, talking a big talk, some of it was muted. But I consider myself a Portal Combat expert. When you speedrun this stage, you only see so many portal transitions anyway, so you just don't end up knowing how often it happens.
Alright, I'm just gonna let this happen because I can't do anything else. Thank you, Portal Combat.
That's all right, I mean, the mower
mowers do
might
go
kill
through
someone.
through the portals. It killed 2 buckets.
Oh my god, that's so
That
good!
is
Major mower.
gorgeous.
However,
that was beautiful.
unfortunately, manipulation of the mowers does not work on this level.
The
There is
Portals
that.
kind of
of-
function like rakes, where they summon zombies
of,
to them. So
I didn't.
Someone play the
Cherry.
Sonic drowning music.
No.
I hate cactus. I hate cactus. I hate cactus. I hate cactus. Of course, the cactus at just the moment where he
Oh,
would
that's
totally
beautiful.
miss, right?
That's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
Welcome back.
hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh my
That's
god.
Portal. This is Portal Combat. Welcome to a completely brand new mini game called Portal Combat.
Yeah, there's actually portals
So
on
there's
this
portals,
stage, which are really interesting gimmick we got here. Like, you wouldn't believe it, but these portals actually not only can transport your bullets, but they can also transport zombies through them.
Really, Peter? Could you tell us more about that?
Oh, I would love to be unmuted for the beginning of this stage, actually. I would consider myself a Portal Combat expert. I love this stage a lot. I grind it all the time in my offline times because it's just so fun.
Oh, dude. Only marathons. Only marathons.
Like, what I really like about the stage is why I play it all the time. I grinded for world record once upon a time. It's just the fact that, like, you would get so much damage to work with, and the portals just make it for such an interesting dynamic with where you have to place that damage, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I think the thing I find most interesting about this level is the fact that you know, the portals when they move is that the balloon zombie, it can catch the
Balloon zombie is actually a really funny part about Portal Combat because they are only killable by cherry bombs and cacti. So if you don't have any cherry bombs or cacti, you can actually completely die to balloon zombies, and there's nothing you can do. Well, let's hope we don't see that today, though.
By the way, this is about the last level in the run that can just kill you. Like, you know, no ifs, ands, or buts. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Looking like the cactus situation is going great.
That
On this
cactus
first
placement.
try, though.
Oh,
That's
got
good.
an end, by the way.
Look at that.
Let's
Look at
go.
that.
We played it another time, we got another diamond, we have cacti. So,
The any
you know
percent
what?
run continues.
It's fine. Everything's fine. We're all good, right?
I love that bottom row cactus placement. That's doing a lot.
He's
Yeah.
waiting for his moment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for the portals to relocate. He's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
My money's on the blue portals never relocate. Now that you've said that.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. I think that'd be funny.
Also, we kind of need to do this? Question mark.
Yeah, that's a weird row. They're gonna go to the mode.
You have fun.
Maybe. That you maybe.
They'll
Yeah, I don't know.
eventually, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, whoa,
What
whoa,
we got?
whoa! Portals. There was a lot happening there.
These
Okay.
portals are really funny, actually. They're kind of
They're
they're
really
kind of
funny. What's
all over the
happening?
place.
I don't even know what's gonna come out of where.
No, the funniest thing about Portal Combat, like, no matter how good you get at it, is like you have to take a moment to like calculate what all
Yeah,
portals
hold on,
actually
okay.
mean for you.
So
I'm not
if you
gonna let that
place
happen.
plants in row 4 between the portals, then they will fire infinitely into themselves. Is that what I'm seeing?
Wait, let me.
Wait, is
you
that an
can do
infinite
row
loop?
four?
Is that an infinite loop?
Let me put it there. Let's
Yeah,
see if
I don't-
what
I don't-
happens. No, it just does nothing. Wow.
No, 'cause they
that
won't see
pea-shooter is
anything.
Neutralized.
Pea shooter can't see nothing.
No,
Let-
yeah,
let's
that's an
see about
infinite
that
loop
one.
there.
Nope, can't see
That-
nothing.
if-
Yeah,
that
nope,
pea shooter
it's done.
is in an
It's
infinite
done.
It's
loop.
really funny that you
Crazy.
placed a pea shooter
Wow.
there. I'm really appreciative of that
I
pea
wanted
shooter
to
that
see
just
what
doesn't know what's going on.
They don't know what's happening. They're just done. They don't
Dude,
know.
imagine how like cosmically horrifying that'd be for a pea shooter. You're a plant, like that's like less brain power than a human has, and you're just
This is
staring
not
into
Wave
like
9. I don't
a
think
blue
so.
void.
Doing this.
Okay,
yeah.
well, nothing is still gonna spawn in the blue portal at all, so that's fun. Look, here's his moment.
Whoa,
Here's his
3
moment.
balloons, by the way.
No, you took his moment away from him. What are you
I'm
doing?
sorry. It's still fun.
He
There were
waited
3
so
balloons.
long. He waited
There were
so
3.
long for all 3 of them.
He was gonna get all 3 of them.
That was his one chance.
Oh my
If you had 1
goodness.
shot.
Wow.
If you had 3 shots, 3 opportunities. Would you take them?
Do it.
The really funny thing about cactus is that the plural version of cactus, cacti, was actually named for Plants vs Zombies. It's a reference to the fact that the cactus can kill zombies in this game. When they first invented that word, they actually made sure to shout out one of their favorite indie tower defense games from 2009.
Thank you, Cherry Bomb. Also, yep.
Just in time, Cherry Bomb.
is not a tower defense game the way we play it. Basically, it kind of is a real-time strategy game. Where the frick is the
That's true.
game? There it is.
Kind of more like if you were playing Pikmin, but like you could only specifically place your people in like one spot and they had to stay there.
Yeah, it's kind of like if Pikmin had like there were tiles and there was like
and it was like a
9
completely different game
and 5
like,
rows and there were tiles. The Pikmin are still plants though, but like they're kind of like instead of like being like alien plants, they're kind of like sort of what you'd expect as like a normal plant you might find on planet Earth, except they're like alive and they can shoot and they're like militarized kind of.
So this is Call 'em Like You See 'em, which I'm sure you have gathered what the gimmick is at this point.
I have not. Can you explain it?
All of those plants that we just received before that jalapeno were scripted. So those are the only magnets, the only potato mines, the only tall nuts, and the only coffee beans that we will be seeing. But everything else.
And we have set locations for them. You can kind of vary this a little bit. Depends on runner preference.
Yeah, there's an interesting strat with the potato mines that you like hold on to them or something.
There
and, like,
is
place them further up.
This is actually another really interesting IL, I think, because there's a wide variety of like pretty clever ways to like squeeze an extra 50% rules you can do, like make certain plants work even better for you.
Yeah.
For example, one variant, which is very high risk because it means your tall nuts die very rapidly, is to put your tall nuts in column 9, because that makes it so that melons can actually get you 50% rules, which otherwise would never happen. Yeah, like if everyone's grouped together in column 9, then the melons are always splashing everyone. So you get like
this
more melon
wave
rules.
right here with the ladders is guaranteed. It'll always be ladders. It'll be that on the next flag as well. And that's just kind of to like, you know, obviously this whole level is just gonna be a bunch of zombies running at your tall nuts and taking damage forever, and nothing's gonna change, and that's kind of boring. And then this Jack in the Box is always guaranteed, and it will always be the 9th wave of that
So that's
flag.
why I saved the jalapeno until right then, and then I knew I could just destroy everything.
Yeah, this stage
Nice and
actually has a extremely fast auto scroll rule. So if you're not getting the 50% rule, the game just accelerates the waves really fast anyway. So the only time you can really save time are on those wave 9s.
And this is what those potato mines were placed for, kind of, is some runners will just immediately squash those gargs, and then they'll throw their imps into the potato mines and explode them instead of them kind of... Because in this, it's not really the imps are terrorizing your defenses, it's they're taking targeting away from all of the zombies coming towards you. So they stop dealing splash damage to all the zombies, and they start dealing with this imp, and then that just really
I just
snowballs
baited
into
the
the
guard,
lane.
by the way, for fun. So y'all,
love doing that, love
y'all
doing that.
didn't know what you were seeing there, but basically, if you get a pumpkin, the guard will try to squash it. You can destroy the pumpkin, it won't squash what's in it, and then it'll have to go again. Super fun little mini strat. Unfortunately, and sometimes in Call 'em Like You See 'em, you just have to let rows go, and that's okay, as long as you have enough jalapenos, which
Doesn't end up
which
mattering
we do.
because jalapenos are just like a super doom shroom on this stage.
And there they go. So pretty.
It's
And then
a
I'm
beautiful
hoping for another
bright light.
Insta to get these gargs down, but not having them yet. That's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, another row of melon pulled sounds fine to me.
yeah, no, I mean, like half the health of the gargs will be guaranteed got by this jalapeno, so shouldn't be too much of a struggle to clean up.
Yep, and another melon row. It's like the most melons I've seen in a run.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
that's
melons.
5 rows of melons. That's crazy.
Melons are like
Yeah.
Just
perfect
a
marathon
third row
luck
is
because
a
they
lot.
just
Alright,
make you
that
feel
was
so
nice.
much safer.
Yeah, that was good. We're gonna do Be Ghouled. So
Be
if y'all
Ghouled?
have ever
Alright, time to
played
play a completely different video game.
Yep, a different video game. It's here. Hello, welcome to different video game.
was-
It's Big
I
Jewel,
was-
but with zombies.
I was going to comment really quick about how you only saw 4 Gargs on that level spawn at a time, and that's because Gargs are actually not allowed to spawn in the top row, unless it's survival endless, because they don't want it to block the conveyor belt or the seed slots.
And so, yep, you just have to be good at matches here. You have to be good at a
When we played
different
Bejeweled
game.
or Candy
Yeah, just
Crush,
be good at Bejeweled.
perchance, might be someone who could throw down in this game. Even if you don't know anything about PvZ, you could compete for this IL world record.
IL, yeah, people do. People absolutely do that.
Yeah,
No
and
possible
there's-
moves.
Yeah, that
it
was early
is-
for no possible moves.
That was very early.
and it's faster to do the refresh like she did there for 100 sun instead of just waiting, because there is some time before the screen refreshes for free. So obviously we want to get rid of that time.
Speed up. Yeah, exactly.
And it is even if there are matches on the board, if you can't find them and you're desperately looking, sometimes
You
it's better to
still
just refresh
want to do
anyway.
that, which I'm gonna do right now. Also, longer matches don't actually count for more, but they're fun, so I do them anyway.
Yeah, like go on, Peter.
Oh yeah, I always like cannot help myself like to take the long matches, even though like it might be better to set up like a different combo and not take the long match. I just see it and I'm like, oh, big number, lots of sun.
Yeah, it's
I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
I really like this casually because I think that it kind of perfectly combines Begooled and PvZ and just like a little reference fun where it's like, oh, you're playing Bejeweled, but like you have the PvZ plants and they're shooting and you can upgrade them with sun, and that's fun. And I like this level a lot casually.
Yeah, this is a super fun casual experience. In speedrun, it's just funny because, oh, different video game. Oh, okay.
No,
Sure.
you just have to practice like it's so rare I think in speedruns where like you are actually practicing an entirely different set of skills in one level and that's it. Well,
2 levels,
1.5.
sort of. Yeah, we're about to play another one. That's
You can practice
kinda like that.
mashing maybe in another level.
Yeah,
It's kind of like it.
It's
I'm sure-
sorta.
I'm sure people who played the originals as well will agree that it's kind of like it.
Yeah.
Alright. Not terrible.
I'm sure Bejeweled Twist fans can take their pitchforks and their torches to my home, but I don't gain any enjoyment from the Twist version of Bejeweled
No,
at all.
I don't. It's not very intuitive, and I think that's the problem.
Match. Are you good at
Luckily,
matching?
you don't have to play it because it's really easy to make matches just by clicking on the screen.
Yep.
Yay!
And cascades are your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here, what you're going to be looking for a lot, at least, to just try and help you get into it, is you're going to be looking for L's. You're going to be looking for L shapes. You're going to be looking for a set of. You're going to be looking for a pair of something with one either like off to the diagonal right from it or something, because you can only spin clockwise, which is honestly part of the reason that it feels so unintuitive to me, is because you can only spin in one direction, and a lot of the time I'll be like, spin in the other direction.
I see it. I can see it. If you just turn around, it's right there.
Yep. It's
He's
right behind you.
behind me, isn't he?
He's right behind me. Yeah, you in what army? That army?
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
Just that guy. Just the newspaper zombie.
There's a newspaper zombie.
Just that guy. Well, I think I'm like 5th or 6th. I think I'm still top 10 on the leaderboard for this IL, and I'm not even good at it at all. Like, I didn't practice it. I was practicing it 400%, and then I just got a crazy cascade of like 20 matches in a row, and I was like, oh.
That's a lot of pea shooters.
It could just happen. Like
gotta say-
this level, it can just happen to you.
You know you're in a good circle when you say, I don't like Begooled Twist, and then the people in the chat are like, I don't like Begooled Twist. Like, there's no one really disagreeing. No one fought me. This is great. I feel like I'm in exactly the place I need to be.
Because I've never played Bejeweled Twist. Do people like Bejeweled Twist?
I don't know. I haven't met him yet.
The same. No, same. What,
I didn't realize I was as much of a hater until I started thinking about it. Jeez, that's the meanest I've
Yeah.
ever been. I gotta tone it back.
Kind of like Francis from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like Francine from Left 4 Dead.
Have you not played?
I've not played.
I hate hospitals.
Oh, I know that one. That one's from Garfield. I know that line.
Oh no.
I've read that comic.
magnet shrooms.
I hate Monday.
Francis.
Sometimes
This is a
I
big
dream about
contest.
cheese.
No possible moves.
Yeah, I think he's kind of into this like this cool Italian dish. It's like a cake kind of, but if you built it with pasta ingredients.
Spaghetti?
Yay, big old twist. We did it. Goodbye.
No, lasagna.
Oh. Don't ever call me that again.
What, Lasagna Inc. or Peter Lasagna?
Neither
Alright,
of
we're
those
gonna do
or all
Zambotany
three of
one,
those
by
at
the
the
way.
same time.
So
Okay.
I'm sure if you've played this game and you wanted to dabble in minigames at all, you remember this one because it is just like so salient. I feel with
This is an iconic
the-
minigame.
Yeah, with the
Yes.
zombies being plants and you having to deal with that. Super fun. We're gonna do an interesting speedrun strat that actually gives you a little bit of a look into how any percent kind of works. This is the closest to any percent, I would say, maybe Zombotany 2 as well, that we get in this run, where we're just gonna build up a row of sunflowers, try to get zombies to go somewhere else for a little while, take the auto scroll rule, which is like the 50% rule, except for you don't do 50% of damage, so it just does it after a while. You plant mines in front of these sunflowers so that the zombies that go there can instantly die. You know, to be honest, that's pretty standard PvZ stuff. If you watch any other category, except for puzzles is silly as well. You'll kind of see this kind of dynamic play out a little bit. Although here we have imitator
Right.
sunflowers. Imitator is a special plant that allows you to imitate one of your plants, but it takes longer for that plant to exist. So we actually favor normal sunflowers unless we have enough sun, and then we'll put down an imitator sunflower instead.
I really dislike the middle row spawn on this level for the let go.
Yeah.
It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, it doesn't really tell you
unfortunately.
where you're gonna need a gloom at all. Like the glooms can always attack the middle, so you're not really getting any good intel from the middle one.
Yeah, the reason that matters is as a reminder, if you let a mower go,
Nice.
then you get to that mower manipulation, which means those next 2 waves, a zombie's not going to go there. So, you know, we don't really care for that in this context. And we're going to go ahead and go for this 9th column. A little risky, but that's okay.
Risky, but paid off. No one attacked it. Totally in the
Really
clear.
good. Yep.
And
This
we're gonna
guy's
want to pump you on
annoying,
that
but that's
ASAP
okay.
because these pea shooter zombies will be shooting and
Yeah,
eating
there
that
we
gloom
go.
really rapidly.
They do a double take. Yep.
A lot
But
of
we've set up
damage.
pretty well here. That mine cleaning up that top guy, pretty good.
Yeah, no,
And
looking
here,
pretty
I'm
saucy.
gonna go ahead and take. I am actually gonna go ahead and take a doom here because I don't think there's any other way I get this quickly at all.
Which is what the Doom's here for, right? Clear the entire screen.
Oh, whoa, that was not wave 9. All right,
Oh,
fair point. Can't
Big
argue with that.
discovery. We're gonna see a mix of cool backup plants here, chomper, maybe a squash situation.
Yep.
yeah. That's
We'll clear this wave
It's
9.
really nice to have. Yeah,
And
but,
all the while, sunflowers have been like, you know, like slightly picked off on their HP just constantly by the peas shooting at them. So like, if you just see a sunflower disappear, that's because it's been shot at all game. Like, poor thing, honestly.
and so
kinda torturous.
now you'll start seeing walnuts zombie spawns, maybe. Yep, there's one
Yeah,
right
not
now,
all the time.
and so they have the health of a bucket head.
Great mind then.
So we wanna
Yeah.
wanna target them whenever they spawn, and if they don't spawn, then it's a free wave because we have 2 gloom shrooms, and they're gonna demolish all of those pea shooter zombies.
Pea shooter zombies do not have health.
And I'm putting down this doom nice and early so that we could use it for an intermediate wave.
Yeah,
Wave
and the
19
chomper is actually
instead of
really
the final
important
wave.
here because the squash cannot see a zombie that is eating the pumpkin, but a chomper can because the chomper's range gets extended whenever a plant up to a tile and a half in front of it is getting eaten.
Decided to be a
Yeah.
little silly there, but it's fine.
Yeah, so here we're just kind
A
of
little
like
bit of missing pumpkin. It's all good.
just counting waves, just making sure we know when to do them.
Yeah, you always count every 10 waves, and then the 9th wave, you know, the -9 wave is going to be the one that you're going to want to kill all the way.
That tracker at the bottom is like sort of helpful. It can kind of give you a decent bit of insight into
Yeah, that's fair.
into you know, what wave you're on, but unfortunately the distance that zombie head moves at the bottom is based on how quickly you took out all the health in the 50% rule. So like, depending on how fast your rules were, that head moves at different speeds, and it's like completely inconsistent. So would not recommend relying on it when speedrunning this game.
Yeah, but
And then you can
counting
go ahead and
does
bring
get a
your Doom
little hard.
Shroom and kill it. All done. Doom Shrooms have a 5x5-ish range, by the way. I do say ish because it is
Yeah,
ish.
you're
It's
kind of
like a
ovoid.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's not quite a It's
Yeah, I would say
A
it's
lot
more
of players-
ovoid.
A lot
It's
of
more
casual
ovoid.
players probably think the Doom Shroom covers the entire screen, because if you place it near the front, usually it's getting pretty much everything, but it does have its limits.
Yeah, so now we're on to Zombotany 2, which is like Zombotany 1, but we're in the pool.
And we're a little bit more scared because we have some
Yeah.
more types of zombies to contend with, including
And
the squash zombie. And the squash zombie is going to be able to kill any one plant that it looks at first. And we know what we just did, right? Put those really, really powerful gloom shrooms that have a lot of pierce and quick damage up in column 9. So that's pretty scary. So instead, we're going to put them in column 8 in this one. Spoiler alert.
Yep, there is just like absolutely like no way to react with these plants to a squash killing a plant in column 9, but you can barely react in time if it's in column 8, the plants you are planting. So we can just barely protect our plants from the squash zombie by slamming some plant in front of him whenever he shows up.
Usually a sunflower or a fume shroom or even a potato mine if we don't think we'll be able to get any value out of it, and the other two are off cooldown, because saving that gloom is so much more important.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Losing a gloom can really set you back. It can really like make you have to focus on survival instead of speed, which is not where you want to be.
Far from ideal, it's true.
And what's really interesting about Plants vs. Zombies speedrunning, I feel, is that there's kind of like a range of times that you can hit. Also, that's column 9.
This is epic and exciting, I was going to say.
You're so right.
Are you going for the IL strat?
Good news
IL strat?
is we don't have to activate that one.
I do this every single time I enter the stage. I just played a bunch of column 9 gloom stage. I have to play this stage. I'm going to place it in column 9. Muscle memory triumphs overall. Nice marathon safety though, just simply moving a fume further back and then just making that maybe the main gloom.
Into that pumpkin. It's doing work.
Hey, it's protecting. Yeah.
Yep. Great.
Never watched the pumpkin have to take more damage though. Holy 2 pea shooter zombies munching on it.
Yeah, that was a lot. I agree. I'm just gonna put this down now so I don't forget that.
What we talked about, the squash zombie that we'll see. There's also going to be a jalapeno zombie, which is kind of like the Jack-in-the-Box zombie, where once it gets far enough in your lane, it'll kill all the plants in that lane. But that pretty much never happens because we usually just like throw a chomper on him, or the glooms deal way more than enough damage to kill him. So it's just kind of, it just works.
Yeah, and unlike the Jack-in-the-Box zombie, it doesn't have an early explosion chance, so you'll never just get instantly wrecked on a row by a jalapeno zombie, which is good.
So the jalapeno zombie is kind of like a conehead. If we see him, then we're just going to chomper him for like an easy 50%.
He does have a decent amount of health. Although we'll very frequently be seeing walnut and tall nut zombies because they just have a surprisingly high weight on the stage, so that usually won't come up.
And
we're going to see a lot of these guys.
I don't know how much health tall nuts have, but they can't be one-shot by a potato mine or a squash, but they can be one-shot by a chomper because they're the size of a regular zombie. And I think that is the only reason.
You just saw that squash there, by the way. Scary.
That Gatling Pea is demolishing your sun production.
I know, I don't like it. I'm fixing it
That guy's been going to war with your sunflowers.
Yeah, but okay, we have 2 glooms.
No? Okay.
We're gonna try to
The
protect
2
them.
glooms are up, and there are some sunflowers. This really has been a Zombotany 2 moment.
Zombotany 2. Yep, Zombotany 2.
I'm thrilled watching this. Actually, I couldn't speak. Actually, I was just like entranced by like what looked like the horrors of war.
And there's that tall nut. I think
you got it.
I think the tall nut has the same amount of wave points as a walnut. So seeing them interchangeably is like, if you got a walnut, then you could have gotten a tall nut. And a tall nut is kind of better because they will have more hit points. So if you can grab them with a chomper, that'll pretty much guarantity. And here's an
really
example.
Get to see the tall nut's health here, though, because this mine is not going to finish him off. Well, he'll get finished off by the gloom later.
Yeah.
I had to use a doom for that. I panicked.
Dude.
Oh, that's awesome. As long as your gloom's safe, right?
Yep. That's the most important thing.
Well, I was going to point out the squash interaction in the top row, but we had the doom shroom do it as well.
I mean, any plant, that will work in a pinch, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You listed up along the beginning. It was not one of those.
No, that was not on the list.
That was doom shroom.
Yeah, and so now what we're going to be doing with our extra quote-unquote gloom shrooms is we'll be placing them in the 9th column in the pool. And unless we absolutely have to dig up the spot, which more than likely won't happen, for a chomper, usually it's only if like a tall nut spawns in a bad row,
I have to do that.
and we need to deal with it, which is really unfortunate.
No,
That's-
Lily
can't go in the pool.
Pad. No, I clicked Lily Pad. I love this game.
This is getting intense.
Some botany.
You're in a-
This is
Watch
probably
out,
my weakest
gamers. This
single
could be
minigame.
one of the clutchest Zombotany 2s you've ever seen.
Good news is we're gonna be okay. We're deep enough in this level,
Yeah,
and
you're
we've
pretty
had
much
it kind
there.
of over top. We're fine.
Everything
It's
is gonna be
it's
fine.
just
We're gonna see
silly.
a life well lived, and yeah, no, this is just incredibly clutch. Honestly, just watching this workout is inspiring. I'll never give up on a Zombotany 2 attempt ever again.
If I could just jump in and get a couple words in real quick, I just want to
Please
put out a
do.
reminder that
No.
we are just under $55 from 1,000 on the marathon so far.
Oh,
Whoa!
that's awesome.
If the charity enough is not enough
Squash
to get
your
your
squash.
donation in,
Wow.
then I think you should donate because I want to be the person to announce that we hit 1,000. So if you could do that for me, that would be really cool of you. Also, when you make your donation, you can put that money towards one of our incentives. For example, we have our Last Guardian Pet Trico incentive. For every $20 raised toward that incentive, Trico will get 1 pet. And we also have polls such as the mask choice in Sable, choosing between Samward Mask, Ibexi Mask, Hercules Beetle Mask, Entertainer's Mask, and Cartographer's Mask. So when you make your donation, you can put your donation towards both of those things if you so choose. And I also have a bit of a fun fact. I don't know if you guys in the room are familiar with this, or maybe Chad isn't either, but I was doing a little bit of research earlier on this game. I've been known to be a curious, inquisitive fellow. I consult the archives and the records from time to time, and by that I mean reading Wikipedia. And I read the Wikipedia page for this game, and I discovered that I believe that this game is the only game in our marathon that has an official port to BlackBerry.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
believe that's true of any other game in the marathon.
That sounds like it would be true.
Yep, I think that's correct. I think that's true.
I thought you were
We
gonna.
have-
Oh, I just want to point out this plant selection really quick. Notice how there are no actually like attacking plants here. We pretty much have all instants and then spikeweed and spike rock, and that's because this is bobsled bonanza. We are going to be doing a very interesting strategy where we funnel the Zombonis into one lane, kind of, and the bobsleds into one lane, or not the Zombonis, the bobsleds into one lane. So you'll see here that we have more time to place things at the beginning, and also the first zombie that spawns is going to be either a bobsled or a Zomboni, and that pattern is going to continue through the rest of the level. We will only see bobsleds and Zombonis except for on the huge waves, or if we get rid of all the ice trails. And so we want to not get rid of all the ice trails. We want to make sure that we have one on screen and that all the bobsleds go there so that we can deal with them. And so throughout this first flag, Satan's going to be getting rid of extra ice trails, getting her sun production up, and trying to manipulate the spawns of the bobsleds eventually.
So that's why I placed this mine down here. What I want eventually is for a Zomboni actually to go in that second row. And that will make the shortest ice trail possible for us to still spawn, whatever they're called, bobsleds. And that's really good because if we just spawn a bunch of bobsleds really quickly and kill them with spikeweeds, we get rules really fast. So we want that.
Bobsleds are particularly special for that reason, where like the moment they finish their trek, their vehicle just like disappears, and that's like half their health. So as long as bobsleds are driving, rules are activating. So a lot of this level goes instantaneously. Very optimized IL.
It's really interesting because of how the bobsled breaks work. if we mess up the manipulation and there's 2 ice trails and the bobsleds are kind of able to break at different times, or able to break before we deal with a Zomboni or something, they will actually have more health instead. So the 50% rule won't activate, and we call that the funny wave. It's really annoying to deal with.
And pretty funny.
Unfortunate to get. It is pretty funny. It's pretty humorous, I would say.
Actually, I should have done that, but that's fine. We do it now. So as you can see now, the bobsleds are just gonna come here and get destroyed. I am gonna put a jalapeno on top this row so that we can just finish.
Yeah, just gonna wait though, for that value.
Hey, maybe you didn't actually get any because of Morbid.
Never mind.
That's true. Not
what
a
I
soul.
do have to do though is I do have to save that spikeweed. Nice timing.
Nice timing. Extra
And
spikeweed
destroy
out.
all the normies there, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that spike
wanna
save's actually pretty big.
Oh, that's fine.
Ooh.
Yeah, what we want to do is we want to upgrade these spikeweeds into spike rocks because those get a bunch of uses instead of just one.
I think it's 9. I think it's 3 per spike.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Yeah, you'll get to see the spikes sort of start disappearing from Zomboni specifically. It doesn't matter if the bobsleds break over them. That doesn't do anything.
But
So
now
yeah,
you're
this
really
is a
starting
really
to see
cool little unique IL strategy. It's pretty cool, right?
the magic
and now-
starts happening. You're just watching like rules activated frame 1 every single time. You're just gonna see basically no error, no room for like a single bit of stalling once the pattern starts going.
Yeah, but once you have the setup, it's just a wave counting simulator.
Yep. So chat, help me count waves and also help me get to 1,000 on the marathon. Can we get to 1,000 by the end of Thursday night? That would be amazing.
That's
I would-
like way too realistic and doable to not even have a worry
Yeah.
about it, honestly.
I agree. I completely agree.
I think it's kind of funny how PvZ ends up being like some milestone. It always ends up being during some milestone time. It just always has happened that way.
It's destiny. It's just destined. So
It makes
come on,
sense.
chat,
It's just
let's
like
do
PvZ
it.
was just a milestone
Plants vs.
release in
Zombies.
gaming, you know?
Help me count waves with your donations, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Very exciting. 9. You
Nine's a
can tell me
huge
your
number.
favorite zombie. You can tell me your favorite plant. Please donate for your favorite zombie or plant. Those are like my favorites.
You know what's funny is, I think actually, if you add up the numbers 1 through 10, it's 55.
Alright, I think this is 9.
If you add up the numbers 1 through 10, is this
If
one
you
of
add up
those
the numbers 1 through
Factorio
10,
jokes?
Then you add them up.
You know how people get around
Yeah,
exclamation
it's 55. No, literally, if you added up the numbers 1 through 10, it is 55 exactly, which would get us to $1,000, which is actually kind of funny.
marks. And that's like almost the amount of
chat,
plants
you
there are
know
in this
what you
game
have to
too.
do.
So
You know what you have to do. Come on, chat. You know it. Let's do it. We got 10
that
more
was some
waves in
excellent
this.
counting right there. That was perfect. You could really feel the power of counting. Take control there. Right when wave 9 showed up, gone.
Shout
Yeah,
out
is there
numbers.
maybe anything else? Oh, there you go. Numbers.
We have saved 3 spikeweed things, by the way, with well-timed dooms. It's the best doom timing I've ever done.
I highly doubt that these spike rocks are not going to be enough to take out all these Zombonis.
I think they're gonna be a-okay.
You know something that I love about PvZ is just like the art style. It's just so goofy, but like it's kind of not like, you know, they're just gross looking enough to be zombies, but they're still cute, which is like,
Yeah.
I don't know how they nailed that balance so well.
It's a really happy medium. Also, look at these. Look at the fun. Look at the fun. Just look at the fun.
Massive conga
Yeah.
line situation
Yeah. I
going
love
up
this
on
strategy
that
so
road. Too bad they only get to
Why do
walk
you
for a
gotta
little
be
bit
like
before they
that?
get completely giga-wrecked.
Well, we do have to
Oh,
wait
hold
for
on!
this.
Couldn't you
One
help
friend
him?
in town?
No.
Sure. Why not?
Let him walk
There
the
he
walk.
is.
Yeah, he walked the walk.
Let him talk to
He's
talk.
good. We got almost 2,000 sun. We could win slot machine.
That was
This
Peter
kind of
right
sun,
there. That was
we'd be winning
Peter.
slot. That was me?
Yeah, that was you.
That's gonna make the whole "you totally killed him dead" part a lot more awkward.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
The
Thanks,
strain
Zombie.
on our friendship is gonna be massive. This guy deserves one whole
Amber
jalapeno, I
zombies.
think.
Yep. Got it.
We
Alright,
love
Last Stand.
far back spawning ambush zombies. Oh, I love Last Stand. So you guys know how Last Stand is like. You kind of have a lot of time to prepare. You have a lot of sun. You pick all your seeds. You know, it's very low stress. It's a very nice environment to get to kind of learn strategies. To kind of like have some cool setup. And you know, there's no sunflowers, so it's like you get to really build your whole thing around like taking time to set up if you want. But what we like to do,
I am gonna take a little bit more time for safety.
we ruined my intro. I thought you were gonna do it
Although
automatically.
I did do it wrong, and that's fine.
I think if you dig up during this, you're fine though.
Yeah,
I
but
think it
don't
gives you the
think
sun
I
back.
want to.
Wait, whoa,
I think you do want to. I don't know. I don't know entirely.
What?
Get
think
the
your
sun back
torches are-
from digging it up. That sounds like a crazy rumor.
Yeah, I don't think that
During
works.
the setup, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't let you. During
I
the
don't
setup?
buy that for
No,
a second.
it doesn't let you
No?
do that. No,
Easy Pig,
no way.
that's 50 push-ups. Misinformation
mean,
on the
no?
marathon.
You haven't dug up anything.
Oh, you're right. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know for sure.
That's a fair point,
we're
actually.
gonna just do that.
Awesome.
I did it wrong somehow, so that's fine.
Kind of looks like optimal repeater torchwood placement. That's all I'm about to say about that.
Oh yeah.
If a zombie happens to get behind that repeater and torchwood, the repeater will turn around, you know, being inspired by the torchwood behind him and
No,
shoot
it
backwards
won't do that.
in the contact. Never mind.
So
I just thought I would try this Easy Pig thing out, you know, or I just say something entirely untrue.
I
I thought it'd be
don't.
a fun time to try it out for the first
I
time.
don't think that is untrue because it's the first setup, and the whole point is setting it up. Though I think you guys are wrong here.
I don't think just saying the word setup twice
Well,
proved
we
your argument
left,
at all.
so I don't know
Yeah.
what to do for you. I don't know.
But I was setting us up for like a funny bit because there's a different strategy for this where you just start and you start
Yeah.
placing things off of that. And so I was setting it up so that it would be like, oh, you have all this time, and then it was gonna be like, Satan, what are you doing?
I know you were doing that, but I don't want to play
Yeah.
Let's
There
Stand
was
like
no
that
way
right now.
around the
Yeah,
fact that
it's
that would be
mainly for
quickly.
chat. Mainly for chat. But yeah, so this for speedrunners, we like to make it way too stressful for ourselves, and we start with a blank screen and we just start rapidly placing everything off cooldown as fast as we can.
Yeah,
and then
I would do
anything-
that in a PB attempt,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
I haven't died to Portal Combat yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Dying to Portal Combat really just sends you to a new dimension. You can't
Anything-
prepare for that.
right. Anything that we didn't get to place in that first flag, we place in that little time between the flags, because there's actually a couple seconds where you can't press the button, so you just throw all your stuff down that you didn't get like right then, and then you start.
The fact that there are no mowers whatsoever on the stage, and that there are like really fast zombies, especially dolphins during the final waves, makes it so that no matter what strat you're doing, you have to wake up when the big waves happen and doom everything. We save up a lot of sun
You cannot
We save a
just
lot of sun.
zone out.
for the level. It saved and reserved for doom shrooms in order to make sure that we don't die when the big waves happen.
In fact, if you don't doomshroom the big waves, you will die, because unless the ambush zombies like both spawn on top of your glooms, there's almost no way that you can kill them.
Yep, we do not put any repeaters on the lake.
Like that cone head that just spawned in the pool, that's untouchable, except for with that doom.
Yep, so you have to be pretty ready for that.
Like, so this is very much of speedrun strat. Like, you
So,
would not,
yeah,
no one would do this casually.
In true proper, Last Stand fashion, this is like it's just the most like intense thing you could do near the end of an all minigames run. We keep it kind of close to the end because like it's not really RNG heavy, especially since these
No.
waves are auto scrolling really fast.
I think the
during the level, so
the highest variance really is just the amount of metal you get.
Yeah, and especially in the early game when you
because metal stuff is really early rules because the magnet will just steal them, and that does count towards the room world.
So technically dangerous stage, but
rake.
not that high variance.
Thank you, Rake.
That was a good way to use that rake.
That was a
Football.
cool
Good job.
rake. That was a cool rake. I'll take that rake. But yeah, the reason we put glooms in the pool is A, we can put them in column 9, but also B, there's almost nothing that can threaten us in the pool. So we just kind of let it ride. And then we put the nice little repeater torchwoods in other places. Yep.
Which at the distance the magnets are from the front of the screen, instant rules and stuff, but the risk that all magnets are constantly taking from zombies rushing them is actually hilariously scary when playing this stage. I feel like you're always just babysitting one particular magnet, trying to check out to see if like it's getting mugged by too many vaulters. You only have a little bit of extra sun per wave.
You have enough sun, to do your lily pad doom shroom coffee bean combo, which of course in total costs 225. So you want to make sure you're not, going below that. You also generally want to have 50 or even 75 more than that to do a backup squash, just in case a dolphin or a vaulter gets away from you, which is you're gonna hopefully not have happen, but it's possible. So you don't want to be placing down a ton of stuff.
Did you wait? You dug up that fume shrimp, right?
Okay, I did. I replaced it with a magnet. Yep.
I'm just trying to think of your son. Are you fine then?
Yes, I'm fine. Yep.
Okay, I can't remember how much you have left over at the end of the strategy.
There's a lot of bonus. There's a lot of bonus normally.
Oh, that's right. You use it on squashes normally.
Yeah. So as long as we got the doom money,
on sun, as long as I'm doing things normally, yep, I should be fine.
Yeah, it's been so long for me.
Yeah, no worries. It happens. Oh, that magnet. Oh, it didn't get got. Wow.
It was getting munched on for a minute. Wow, that guy must have full health.
Yeah, no, he has to have like one bite left. There's no way he has any more health than that.
Dooms are scary. You can like barely get a bean on a doom while it's being eaten before it gets fully eaten. Instas go invincible once they're awake typically, so.
All right, last flag. This is the last one. I would say, Lefty, if you've got anything to tell us, I really want to hear it, because we want to get to that 1,000 by the end of the run, and we don't have a ton of time left, so let's do it.
You're right, we are running out of time. We got $55 left to that $1,000 marker. So be sure to get that in soon, because we are approaching the back end of this run. And I'll also remind you of the target of petting Trico for every $20 and the mass choice in Sable. And I also have a little bit of a fun fact. I noticed that Plants vs. Zombies has a graphic novel series, like a comic series.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's been running for 10 years.
It's a lot of lore.
Yep.
I would never have expected this. 10 years, 22 volumes.
No, it's so interesting.
This game has a big following.
And in fact, I think PvZ3 really tried to dip into the comics with its design. And I don't know how people feel about PvZ3. They've been redesigning it over and over, and I kind of stopped following it at this point, which is kind of not something you want to hear from somebody that loves Plants vs. Zombies so much to speedrun it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, it just seems like they've kind of they got lost in the sauce with PvZ3.
Is it the same format of the defense, kind of set up your defenses and knock them down?
Kind of, but it seems like they went in a way more scripted direction with it, which is kind of what is like making people like me not want to play it, because it's like if every level's solved immediately, then what's the point? And this is Pogo Party. We love Pogo Party, right, Peter?
I like the fact that their name starts with the same letter that mine does.
Yeah, that's why I said we love Pogo Party. Peter's Pogo Party. Or should we just call it Peter Party?
Me and the Pogo Zombie used to be close, but he kind of
call it Peter
stood
Party.
me up
Peter
a couple weeks ago.
Peck of pickled pogos.
We were gonna be hanging out at the ranch.
So
it's one of those like you can pick your own pickled peppers kind of events, but he just didn't even show up. He said he was he was sick or something. I don't know. Anyway,
I think Calvin made this strategy. This is a really interesting strat. So you're gonna see Satan place some squashes here. And what this is going to do is this is going to deal with our pogo zombies that spawn in. And we're just kind of going to place them off cooldown at the beginning here because we're going to let this first one go. Oh, you don't have a rake.
Yep. I don't. That's a good point. I was supposed to buy one. Well.
Oops. I was
okay.
like, we're going to let this first one go to the rake. Yeah, it's not that huge of a deal at all.
Whoa! Okay, that's $15 from me, by the way, so far. Kat, if you'd like to join in with me, I am donating $5 per Zen plant or diamond we got. We have 1 Zen plant and 2 diamonds so far. 2 diamonds is a lot for this run.
Yeah, and so what we can do is we can just kind of focus on sun production in this first flag and place our squashes off cooldown and have them take care of the pogo zombies. And it's actually really neat to watch them just kind of take out every single wave. And the jalapenos there for the off wave between squash cooldowns later. And then we want to start getting glooms up as well. Kind of towards the end of this flag, because we obviously can't rely on squashes the whole time. I don't think we've really explained the waypoint system, just kind of referenced it. But every single wave, each wave has a certain amount of points, and it goes up every 3 waves. So that's what allows the zombies to ramp, and well, the zombies are gonna ramp in this, so we can't just rely on squashes to take care of a single pogo every wave, because eventually it will be more than that. But for this first flag, it's all singular pogos, which is really nice, because we can count on that consistency.
Don't make them jump. Aw. That's okay. Not a big deal.
I actually am a really big fan of Pogo Party. I got a little bit caught up in my own ego, thinking about, how Pogos have, been a presence in my life. But for the average player, it's just so therapeutic to take one of the hardest minigames and as a speedrunner learn that, there's zombies that don't eat plants. Like, they're just so simply countered by the fact that they jump over plants and then get mugged. So
yeah, it's like, really, they're gonna jump over the highest DPS plant in the game. Go right ahead.
And the split P, shooting twice as fast backwards and just not caring about the pogo beforehand. It's just great, and I love this stage. It's very fun.
There is a
very
glitch.
Optimized stage.
There is a glitch on the original version of this game. The original, because there's 2 original versions. There's the original version and there's the original fixed version. The original version has this glitch in it, and it's when the repeater side of the split P, the backwards, is shooting, the front side also shoots like a repeater. Which in this level is actually pretty beneficial if you can get that, but it's not very likely. That is not in the original fixed version, which both of those versions have Michael Jackson. And they're you typically don't want to play on the original version because it has a really bad cob cannon bug, where on roof the cob cannon, whenever you shoot it, it just doesn't go where you aim it. So typically you won't see people running on that version. Not that we'll see the cob cannon in this run at all. But yeah, these pogo zombies are just kind of dying.
I love the cob cannon in the context of never using it in the category where I'm supposed to. You see them a lot in survivals because they're very expensive, but they can kill zombies very fast. But you ever pull out a cob cannon in a New Game Plus run, it feels incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing about Pogo Party, though, is when you get this set up, you just feel great.
Oh, yeah, no. It's actually hilarious.
It's just super, super satisfying. You just have fun.
It's one of the rare opportunities where you can watch glooms in multiple columns attack at the same time too. So this is the most infinite pierce damage you can get on one guy at the same time, and he's just melted.
Yeah, it's great. Good fun. But yeah, this is a really good time to talk about just general PvZ mechanics, fun facts, or if Lefty has anything to say. Because we're just gonna watch
we got a $10 donation from Anonymous that says,
Let's go.
My favorite plant, the chomper, he of out, eat, hot, the zombie, digest, slow, insta-chew, fast speed, the recharge, purple, really cool, and yum.
He does.
Oh, that's an epic donation.
I would say
Thank
all
you
that
so
and more,
much.
honestly.
The chomper, is such an MVP, by the way. Not as much in this run because we just don't have too much occasion to use it. But in any percent, Chomper is one of the absolute most important plants. It's really, really good. Oh, you're back there. All right.
I just gotta know why do they call it Chomper when you oven the zombie food, but out hot eat the food, Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's like kind of like
asking this.
That's a really good question actually, because it's like sure, I guess the Chomper does eat the zombies, but like at the same time the zombies kind of eat the Chomper, so I don't know. For it to be called Chomper and not also Chomp-E feels like it's just not addressing
that's
the
pretty
whole
hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
So this is scene
You like my seed select?
Yeah, we love this seed select.
I can't wait to see the 3P to be planted, Clueless.
So explain that, please. Thank you.
Peter.
I will absolutely be honored to explain Seeing Stars. This stage is really funny. One of the few stages where killing zombies has absolutely nothing to do with the win condition. This stage instantly ends as soon as you can plant a starfruit on every single tile with a ghost starfruit. So we're bringing in basically nothing that costs sun, aside from the guy we're trying to plant a lot of. As rapidly as possible, sunflower, imitator sunflower, make a billion sun, run that starfruit cooldown, get out of this level. It's just like the purest form of absolutely, like, it's the most pure fundamental basis of PvZ speedrunning, which is just plant the plants faster.
Yeah, we brought sunflower and imitator sunflower here to get our sun production up really quickly, and then once we hit 12 or 13 sunflowers, we're gonna start getting enough sun to plant our starfruits, and then those amount of sunflowers are going to carry us through the rest of the level, pretty much generating exactly enough sun for us.
We want 12, and we've got 12. Let's start placing down sunflowers. Or let's start placing down, starfruits. That's the word. And the starfruits are going to just be able to kill the zombies anyway, so it's fine. We stall with mushrooms just to make sure that nobody dies, and that's all we're gonna do. Yep.
There was a really
one of
big
the hottest
battle.
ILs, in the scene because it's so tight. Like the absolute most, efficient you can be at placing down starfruits and sunflowers is just, you squeeze every little second out of it that you can.
Is console?
It's very cool.
I think is the console IL faster?
Yes,
console
this is one of the very few instances in PvZ where console is actually faster. Yeah.
Which is because of the fact that on PC, obviously we have to drag our mouse to the top of the screen, we have to select our plant, and then we have to bring it back down to the spot that we want to place it. And on the console, you move your cursor separate from your selection of the seed belt, so you can be where you want and just place it instantaneously as soon as that cooldown is done.
Yeah, you can basically buffer every single starfruit input, so you're just like mashing and waiting for the cooldown to run, so you are not missing a second on menuing.
Like, even if you were inhumanly fast at placing a plant on the computer, you still would not have the same amount of like the same small error that a console player would, just because of how perfect that environment is for this mini game.
Which is pretty sweet.
Also, we're going to see something here called starfruit shotgunning. It didn't actually do it this time. But if a zombie is eating a starfruit, it will actually take all 5 damage bullets that the starfruit shoots out. So we use that as kind of a mini instant plant sometimes. I love when all the zombies die.
I love doing that. It's great.
But yes, that's just another reason why Big Trouble. Starfruit is actually really, really good. And we had that big revolution a while back. And now we use starfruit and levels in any percent we didn't used to. We use them here differently than we used to. Just such a great plant.
If I can jump in real quick one more time.
Oh, yes, please.
We have a $25 donation from Anonymous that says, I want whatever those coffee beans are on. And with that, we are now under $20 away from the $1,000 mark. We are getting very close, but we're also approaching crunch time right now. So if you're thinking about making a donation tonight, you might want to get on that quickly.
And
I'm not going to lie, to Dono Poster, I would bet so much money those coffee beans are on coffee. Like, you might actually be able to just get that at the store, like, over the counter.
And as Satan said, oh, hey, Triforce. As Satan said, this is Big Trouble Little Zombie. Big Trouble, Little Zombie.
Zombie.
Yeah. I think we all get the minigame now.
Oh, I kind of get the reference too, actually.
Yeah.
It's the reference to how the zombies are small.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think of that. I did not even think of that.
They're tiny and stupid.
That's crazy, dude.
Okay.
So on this level, you might notice that the waves are spawning really, really fast. And that's because the 50% rule, it still exists, but the spawn time for each wave is actually so close to the minimum spawn time between waves that you can only really save like 1 to 2 seconds if you instantly get the 50% rule. So the range on this really comes from the 9th waves, because you'd need to kill all the zombies from the 9th wave. And so we're really just going to be hoping for a lot of cherry bombs here. 1 cherry bomb per wave can get us a 50% rule. We don't need to do it. And I'm assuming Satan is probably going to be more marathon safe.
I am. Yeah.
So she's probably going to sit on a cherry bomb.
This is technically the last level that can kill you. But it's really hard for it to kill you.
Yeah, it's gonna kill you in the 3rd flag if anything, and probably not if you make it to the 3rd flag. Like,
yeah, pretty much. We're doing the same conveyor manip thing we were talking about earlier, where we're just kind of keeping the stuff we want or we don't want, and using the stuff we do want. So I'm using cherry bombs when I see footballs to try to get faster 50% rolls. And yeah, that's pretty much all we got. I am waiting for a wave 9 here, which is going to be this next wave, I believe, to use these cherry bombs, though. I'm wrong. That's alright. I did need 2 cherries anyway, so it was alright to wait for that to happen.
yeah, and the neat thing...
Oh.
I was gonna say the neat thing about the walnut placement is that zombies that are eating the walnut that are like if they didn't have the walnut placed on top of them, you know, like if they're eating from a normal range, if you cherry bomb in the 9th column in the 4th or 2nd row, it will guaranteed get all those zombies that are eating the walnut.
Yeah.
So we can use that to
cool.
keep them in cherry bomb range, which is nice. Also in pea shooter interactions, it takes 2 pea shooters to kill a football zombie before it gets to the end of the lane. If you don't have 2 pea shooters and there's a football zombie just kind of running down the lane, just let it go to the mower. It's really not that big of a deal. You only have 1 pea shooter in that row. It's not. You just let it go.
Wow, it just gave me cherry bombs.
Wow.
I have news for you.
That was beautiful.
Big
Yes, please, news. Oh,
we
not
have
wave
just
9.
passed the $1,000 mark on the marathon raised for the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund. Thank you to
Let's go.
Anonymous with $25 who says, what if it was called Pants versus Zombies? That would be pretty funny, I think.
Okay, so if we called it Pants versus Zombies, would they wear how would they wear the pants? That's my question.
Yeah, would the plants wear the pants, or would the zombies wear the pants?
And would they wear it like obviously the zombies
Like
would wear
this?
the pants normally, but like would
Probably.
a pea shooter wear the pants like on the back of its head or like on its stem
I think
and
the
leaves?
pants aren't being worn. I think they're acting of their own volition.
Ooh.
That's not out of the question, considering how
Just
sentient
pants
the
out there
average plant
running.
is here. Yeah, no.
Not a bad call.
I would
Also,
plant a pant if it could kill a
completely
zombie.
different game. Welcome to completely different game 2.
Welcome to
3,
Insane
Zombie
Aquarium.
I love
my bad.
Pop
That's
Tap
my
Feeding
bad.
Frenzy. Oh, sorry.
That's our bad. That's our bad.
So in this level, you want to get roughly 11 to 12 to 10-ish snorkel zombies. Technically, the
it's 9.
optimum changes. It's 9? Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. I usually go for 10-ish.
Yeah. But I think YMB did the math on this. It's just kind of like it's just a pretty simple math equation, which is nice.
Yeah.
But
I
this
always
is
just
one
forget.
of the more straightforward ones, which is, that's why we put it at the end of the run.
Yep, we're just taking care of zombies. Also, chat, just because we got to 1,000 doesn't mean I want to hear more of your donations. Talk about Pants versus Zombies. Tell me your favorite plant, favorite zombie.
Tell me your favorite pant.
Do it.
Yeah, what's your favorite
Favorite
pant,
pant?
guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite has got to be the capri, the capri pant. I think that's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I'm a
Now we're
big
done,
fan
by the way.
of pants versus Abercrombie.
The pants that have zippers around the knees where you can take off the bottoms and they become shorts.
Yeah, no, that one's
Unrivaled.
really OP. That one's really
That's
OP.
versatile, actually. That
Nerf-
one's
nerf
huge
'em.
in the meta.
You know, and I think jeans are really slept on. I think jeans are really slept on in the meta.
You sleep in your
Overliable. That's what I
jeans?
call them. Overliable.
Yeah. Now, how do we feel about shorts? How do we feel about that?
That's it. That's it.
Enough
How
said.
do we feel about
I'm not
shorts?
talking
Also,
about
one of the
shorts.
zombies is
I
dead.
can't have this conversation again.
I don't get me talking about shorts. We'll be here all night.
I can't stand shorts.
Why not?
They make me so mad.
They make me so mad. I wish they were
They make you sit?
talls.
I don't know why I'm laughing that hard. Actually, that one hit me in an unexpected spot.
Oh,
Thinking about talls.
Well, Zombie Aquarium's
oh,
over.
we finished
Very
the
cool.
minigame.
And
welcome
welcome
to the end
to
of Zombie Aquarium.
Zombie! This is the last one. Yay! This is the only true auto-scroller until the very end of the run. Yay! You can't control at all how fast zombies pop up. It's
The
very
deeper we get
cool.
into this PvZ speedrun, we are playing less and less
and less
controllable
real
speedrun
game.
levels.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, and we'll let you guys know when it's closer. But the
Time is gonna come up. Yep.
yeah,
On the
Time
final
will be-
money grab bag.
This
Yeah.
is a major deciding moment in the speedrun this stage, Whack-A-Zombie, because right now it is your responsibility, both runners, commentators, and chat members, to tell me, like looking at a cloud in the sky, what shape you think those graves are making.
true.
Ooh, very good, Peter. Let's see it. And I'm
It
gonna be
is-
changing it throughout the level, and the level's gonna be popping up new ones, so you can.
She's
It's like a
she's gonna
moving
do that
picture.
on purpose. She's
I
gonna,
kinda see a
gonna
dog.
ruin your picture on purpose. Actually,
Does anyone else see a
Ah.
dog?
It's chat versus Satan, actually. Yeah.
ooh, oh,
we see.
something interesting about this level and 2-5 is that there is technically some strategy to it. Kind of more on 2-5 than this because you have the cherry bomb.
Yeah, they
and,
give you
there's-
ice shroom here for reasons unknown.
Yeah. Like I don't know if I've ever used ice shroom on this level at all, period. Not even casually. Which is so funny. But if you have less sun, you're more likely to get sun. So we want to try usually like in 2-5 because we want money for any percent. And we want less graves so we can have that cherry bomb at the end.
And every grave eaten gives a money guaranteed.
Yeah.
Gives a money
so,
drop, so that's important.
Right. Thank you. And so what we do is we try and sit on 0 sun for as long as possible in 2-5. And then whenever it gets towards the end of the level, we'll start saving up for that cherry bomb. But you know, here it's like you're just kind of busting graves anyway, so you should be spending your sun off cooldown and not really holding on to it. So there's really no strategy to that here. But I know the IL for this level is like super tight. How many people are tied for the world record? I think it's like
my goodness,
11
quite
or
a
12.
few. Yeah.
Because there is a fastest time for this level, and it has been achieved by those people. Because it's an auto scroller in nature, you get to the final. Everyone gets to the final wave at the same time. So if you can kill the final wave instantly, then you have achieved the fastest time, which all these people have done, and that is
And
done
you
by
can do that.
letting
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
mower go.
By letting mowers go. So I'm actually digging at the back to just push these graves towards the front. You also want the graves to be close together so that your hand just doesn't have to move very far during the final wave if you have to, slam some zombies.
Yeah, the 2x2 is actually really nice because you can kind of just spam in the middle, and if you're fast enough, it will kill all of them. I am nowhere near fast enough to do that, but there are some runners that are. I don't know if you're one of them.
I don't know either.
I'm fast enough to do it, but I don't do it on video, so other people don't feel bad.
Yeah, it's fair. That's totally fair. You know,
I
you're so
kinda
humble for
accept
that.
that.
You're so humble for that.
Well, I didn't say I was humble about it. I was just.
No, but I'm saying that though.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. I didn't want to be the first one to say I was humble about it, so that actually makes things way easier for me. Whew.
Well, you know
goodness you're here.
that's why they call me Easy Pig.
That's why I invited you to the show. That's why I said, hey, you know,
I invited you to the show, and it's time.
Obviously,
that's time.
I know I said I would let you know when we
Time.
got close, but I lied, I guess.
I was kind of accosting Easy Pig a little bit, so the lie was made by me, honestly.
Wow, what a run! What
That was
a
a-
run!
GG.
2 hour
I
14 second.
Okay, 2:14. That's
Yeah.
actually not as bad as I thought. Because we had to redo Walnut Bowling and Portal Combat.
PvZ
Not-
deaths go
not
costly.
the
No, actually,
worst.
that game's such a stone's throw
Not the
from like,
worst.
what you want out of
Not
all
the
minigames.
worst.
Goes to show
Yeah.
you gamed hard in the stages.
Yeah, no, and also because Zombotany 2 was a little bit of a disaster, so
That was exciting.
that makes it up.
No, yeah, I hope that
Yeah,
you guys
not the worst.
enjoyed such a diverse display of what PvZ has to offer, and I hope that this inspired some of you to try out an IL or
Forget my
something,
little
you know?
Crocheted
But you
pea
can-
shooter. I
you
don't
can
get to show
play
this off very
Any
much,
of
by the
these
way.
by themselves.
I have
Oh,
this.
what you got there?
Spicy Pea. My partner crocheted
It's
my
Satan.
little PvZ OC for me. Yep.
That they
so
made you small
wanted to
and like
show it
a
off.
plant inside
I
the.
know. I know, isn't it?
you're trapped. That's you. No.
No, they made me into a marketable plushie. No.
That's really scary and awesome.
Anyways,
scary.
I don't get to show her off very much, so I like to do it. That was super fun. I cannot believe that happened in Portal Combat. That might be the funniest thing that's ever happened to
Yeah.
me in
That's
any
that
run
could have
ever.
happened.
I hope
I'm
It
somebody
was
so glad.
amazing. The cactus growing.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful. That was gorgeous. Yeah, us speedrunners don't love cactus very much because it doesn't do a whole lot. But I hope y'all enjoyed Minigames. I think it's just such a fun showcase. Like, this is just an optimal marathon experience because it really has, as Easy Big said, it has such a diversity of things you can see in this game. This game can be anywhere from extremely meticulous, just like high-level cerebral gameplay to, you know, balls to the wall, silly, silly, silly fun. And I think Minigames is just a really good encapsulation of all of that. But if you liked what you saw here, as I just said, PvZ has a lot to offer. There are a lot of categories. There's our good old any percent. There's also some shorter versions of any percent because any percent takes about 3.5 to 4 hours depending on where you are. So I've made some shorter categories that people have started to run recently, so you can get into that. You can run in each world on its own. You can run all minigames if you feel like it. You can run all puzzles.
All puzzles are really
All
short.
Puzzles is a really short and really cool run. Super different from all the other runs as well. That's another great one. You can run survival runs as well. Those are very optimization heavy. There's a lot of tons of fun stuff in this game. The community is amazing. I hope you heard just how much we like this game and we like each other on mic. We have so much fun. There's racing going on. There's a new randomizer out, by the way, that
Yeah,
two of
that's
our
crazy.
community members worked on. There's a whole like level and plant randomizer out now, so that's like the newest thing that people are trying out. So if you want to get involved with us, we want to have you. Go to the Plants vs. Zombies speedrun.com page, click the link to the Discord. We will say hi to you. You can get started. There's a ton of really helpful people in the Discord who want to help you start speedrunning this game. No matter which run you choose, no matter how deep you want to get into it, it's so much fun. Yeah, that's about all I had to say about PvZ. And I'll do my plugs real quick while I'm still talking. As you can see, my name is satanherself, although I do have the URL satanherself on Twitch. So if you want to find me on Twitch, either go to the shoutout that I'm sure is in the chat or will be soon, or go to satanherself on Twitch. I would also love to see all of you there. I speedrun PvZ a lot these days, in fact, because I'm running it next week at Flame Fatales. I'm doing day through night. So that'll be super fun. But I also run Peggle a lot. Peggle is kind of my main game. So if you like PopCap stuff, I have other games too, but that's about it. If you like PopCap stuff, I stream 3 to 4 times a week these days. And yeah, I'm about to stream a lot more actually in September. So if you want to come hang out with me, please come hang out with me. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. Commentators, do you plugs?
I was gonna say also that if you're a masochist like I am, I ran at really, really long-a-thon, increasingly long speedruns the years that I went, culminating in all Steam achievements. So if you are down for
You
a
ran-
12
I didn't
plus
know
hour
that.
run, yeah, if you're down for a 12+ hour run, you go right ahead and do that. But if not, don't. Otherwise, my name is Easy Pig. I had a ton of fun commentating. I always love coming to these events. I'll pretty much always accept an invitation to commentate, unless I absolutely can't make it. I haven't been as active in the community lately, but I am planning on doing so soon. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the Discord if you're interested in running. My name on screen is exactly how you can find me on Twitch. And I also speedrun a couple other games as well. And I just like speedrunning and video games in general. So hope to see you guys in the Discord and maybe on my channel.
Hello. Yes, I'm Peter. I was.
Hey, Peter.
I've been a. I love this game. This game's great. You guys should all play it. I think it's kind of incredible that today some of you may have found out for the first time that this game can be speedrun. If you believe it, it's somehow not only speedrunnable, but one of the best speed games out there. So you should definitely get into it. For
By
real.
far, it is absolutely
For
one of
real.
the best speed games that exists. Like I'm really being serious about that. It's so good. It's so good. It goes so deep. There's so many mechanics. But yeah, go check Peter's channel out too. He streams a lot. It's a lot of fun to be in his chat. He's a really, really entertaining speedrunner, and he is better at this game than me. I will say that much.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, my username is a bit
I
different
am
on Twitch.
Better than him at Peggle, but he's coming at me. So, yep.
Yep.
He's streaming Peggle these days.
Yeah,
too.
right. About that. On Twitch, it's a Petresink, Petres instead of Peter. I want to get the username changed.
We have different name disease. We both do. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it
oh, well.
happens. You know.
Yeah,
it
I
happens,
that's
it happens.
I
haven't
was
reached our
definitely
true
not
form
catching
yet,
that
you know?
disease. Look at my
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's all for me.
I forgot to mention also, I'm gonna be back later in this marathon. I totally forgot to say.
That's true.
I'm hosting Saturday morning. I'm gonna be hosting the Athena's Crisis and Geno Panic runs, which is super exciting. And I will be doing a Rack and Slay All Challenges run, which is the first time that Rack and Slay All Challenges will be showing up on a marathon. So I'm hyped about that for Saturday night. So yeah, see y'all then too. Thanks for having us. This was amazing. Thank you, Lefty, for being an awesome host. Sorry we didn't give you too much time to talk. There was just a
don't
lot
worry
going
about
on.
it. Thank you all so much for all the knowledge you brought. That was so much fun. Thank you for that glimpse into this silly little world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope we can delve more into this at another time and maybe another category. Who knows?
Who knows? Some more complete-a-thons in the future, and there's more complete-a-thons later in the event too. And we got $1,000. Yay!
That was
Uh,
your dream. How do you feel, host, knowing that your big dream was met?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing left for me in this world. I think.
Yeah,
I think
I
I'm
guess.
done.
I'm so glad that I was here for this moment to watch
Yeah, for
someone
real.
reach
So,
pure
so what
true
do you
fulfillment.
think you'll do? Just kind of like chill on the couch all day? from
I'd
now
retire.
on?
Yeah, honestly,
yeah.
I just think I'm gonna lay around until everything stops.
it's pretty cool. I like that plan. Sounds
The rest
peaceful.
of the runners are gonna do that though.
No, they got
Yeah.
some speed gaming
They
to
got
do.
some stuff to
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
to-
Wake up,
stuff
wake
to
up.
run.
Thank you all so much again.
Yeah, no, it was
All
great.
right, let's make
Thanks for
like
having
some
us.
mushroom plants and day and go to bed.
Yeah, let's make like a tree and leaf. Am I right, gamers?
Oh, Peter.
Oh.
He's
cringing up the call.
No, oh, no. Get out of
Somebody
here.
deafen this
Somebody
guy.
get him out.
I'm kind of just expecting them to cut us off at some point here.
I'm moving you. I'm moving you out. All right, they're gone. It's just you and me now. Hope you're all enjoyed yourselves. That is going to bring day 3 of Complete-a-thon to a close. But hold your tears, don't you cry, because we are back at it again tomorrow morning. Yes, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. We are running it back with a whole new lineup of awesome runs, including but not limited to The Last Guardian, Devil May Cry, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, and Kirby Squeak Squad. You can type !schedule in chat to get all the details, but trust me when I say you don't want to miss it. And if for any particular reason you want to hear more from me specifically, I will be around again to host on Saturday around 7 p.m. Eastern for Toem, Love 3, and Rack and Slay. You can also follow me here on Twitch, username lefty_Dwinkleton, right as it appears on screen. And lastly, I just want to give a huge thank you to all our runners, staff, and donators. Donators especially for hitting the big 1K. That's amazing. Thank you for all the magic that you've all made happen today. It has been an absolute blast, and it is all in service of a great cause in the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund. And with that, I think that just about does it. We're going to be rating Zeldathon. They're still running right now, seeing some awesome Zelda gameplay, some Zelda runs. They are going at it right now, so we're going to be heading over there very soon. Other than that, thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you in the morning for more Complete-a-thon. Good night and take care, everybody.